recording. We're recording. So, you have an ability that we made special for you. Not on my watch. Spend 1 plot point to join a scene whenever an ally is in danger, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, we established last session that you can just join scenes. Because the captain did, and I think that's a lot more interesting. Of just, like, if someone wants to be in a scene, and it makes sense within the narrative that we've developed thus far to do so.
Oh, yeah. I did kind of ask. I did just kind of ask to do that.
But I think this is still a good ability for you. The idea of this. So I'm basically just going to add to it. So with the... Okay. So you spend 1 plot point to join a scene whenever an ally is in danger, and act immediately.
Oh.
So effectively, you can, like, intervene at instant speed. You can just jump in on something and act as soon as you want to. If that doesn't turn out to be useful, we might add some kind of bonus to that. So, like, spend 1 plot point to join a scene whenever an ally is in danger, and act immediately, and add 1d6 or something. But I think that'll be fine for what we've got at the moment.
I think
because as it is, if you're using that ability to jump into a scene, you're almost definitely going to get the D8 for Street Samurai by default, because you're literally using your Street Samurai skills. So we'll see. We'll let that play out and see how it goes, and if we need further tuning, we can do so.
Yeah. All right. Sounds good to me.
Cole, may I remember? If I remember correctly, we can use like a previous episode as a sort of resource to create a signature asset, correct?
Yeah, so that is one of the other things I wanted to quickly talk about is now that we're up to 2 episodes, we might want to do some character advancement.
Mm-hmm.
So... and there's a few things you can do with that. So we've got 2 episodes now, Yeedom and Weep and Friends in Tight Spaces. And currently what you can do without expending them is use them as callbacks. I don't know what you could possibly be laughing at. Those are completely normal episode titles.
I'm a fucking genius, y'all.
Yeedom and Weep is just so good, sorry.
Especially as our pilot. Which is extremely funny. Let's see if I can get to...
Matt just can't take it.
Still really having a time of it, huh? So let me find the section in this horribly laid out book. It's not at the glossary.
Thank you for laughing, by the way.
That was a good addition.
Thank you.
That's gonna be the spin-off series. It'll be as many episodes as this show goes. And every episode will deal with the ramifications of the added trauma that he's gotten from the...
Every episode is from a different character.
Yeah.
At least 5 of them deal with Derby.
Character
I hope all of them do. That'd be fantastic.
I hope y'all realize that I can only do it as long as it makes sense.
We'll make it make sense.
Don't worry about it. Y'all get in trouble and it'll be memorable. Come on.
This episode, Boy Shield. I'd like to use that.
Oh God.
You wouldn't shoot a boy. Oh, he shot the boy. Oh.
Oh God. Oh no, he's bleeding out.
Oh no.
Oh God. Where's Doc?
Good thing his dad's a doc.
Looks at him and just sighs.
Not
Rolls
again.
up sleeves.
Uh,
Alright.
I also think Felix would rather die than be
Here we go.
attended to by his dad as a doctor.
Oh, God. I've seen you cutting on people before. I'm not going under. I'll pull the bullet out myself. Okay, so.
I love you, but fuck that.
Each player individually can spend episodes if they want to. Currently, what everyone can do with their episodes is callbacks, which is instead of spending a plot point to do any of the things you can do by spending plot points, you can call back to a moment in a previous episode, meaning you make reference to something that already happened in one of the other sessions that we've had. And then you can create assets, or add extra dice, or activate plot point abilities, do all the things you can normally do with plot points instead. Or you can spend episodes permanently, meaning you won't be able to make callbacks to them anymore, I believe.
That meaning just using the callback as a resource, not necessarily like you just you can't refer to this episode anymore. It's in the past.
It's gone. I'm actually not. Right. So yeah, I mean they still exist, but like so the callback system, you can't make callbacks to episodes you've spent.
Okay.
Sorry.
Which I don't.
Go over one
I
time
don't
there
love
was
actually, but that's not. I'm not going to worry about hacking that part of the game right now.
Can you go over the option of like what you can do to permanently spend it one more time? There was a bit of noise here.
We hadn't gone over it quite yet, but
sorry.
we can. So the things you can do, you can spend episodes to turn an asset from an episode into a signature asset. That costs 1 episode. Switch out a distinction for a new distinction. So any of those distinctions like the 3 D8 things you've got, you can just swap it out for a new one. If you do that, the new distinction will have as many checked boxes as the one you swapped it out for.
Okay.
So if you've got 1 checkbox in your distinction and you choose to trade it for a different one, you'll have 1 checkbox in the new one. Add a signature asset trigger. So the distinctions have triggers, which are the little fun abilities you've got on them. So you can spend an episode to add a trigger to a signature asset. Add a new specialty to one of your highlighted skills. That's 1 episode. So all of the next ones are 2 episodes. Step up a D6 signature asset to a D8. Unlock a new distinction trigger, so you get a new checkbox. Step up a skill from a D4 to a D6, costs 2 episodes. Step up a skill to D8 or higher, costs 3 episodes, so we can't do that. And then step up an attribute and step back another, costs 3 episodes. So the things you can do are, to go over once more, turn an asset you made from an episode into a signature asset, switch out a distinction for a new distinction, add a signature asset trigger, add a new specialty to a D6 or higher skill, step up a D6 signature asset to a D8, unlock a new distinction trigger, step up a skill from D4 to D or step up a skill from a D4 to a D6.
Alright. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that using my first episode, I'm going to be creating the signature asset boy tether.
Yes.
Like,
I
Just
don't
a
think
permanent
Felix
fixture.
consents to that.
well, it was called boy tether, so I mean, I like the name.
Felix doesn't necessarily have to be the target of the boy tether, and certainly does not have to get into it.
Yes.
Yeah.
But so let's
Yeah.
define what this actually is then, because we kind of vaguely referred to it as an attachment point. So I'm gonna assume that this is a body harness with probably 1 or several fixture points on it.
Yes.
And probably a high strength tether. So some kind of either corded steel or like advanced polymer rope that you can attach to it and then fix to another point.
Yes. That is what I'm going.
Call it like B .O.Y .tether to make it sound sci-fi.
Okay.
And we can come up with what that acronym actually means later. Or not.
Oh my god,
We can just leave it
Mom,
ambiguous.
Stop. She's in such a talkative mood right now.
Whomst?
She's either sending me memes that I don't understand or photos of my cats.
I love moms. I love moms.
Literally.
Incredible.
I mean,
There's so many. Literally,
She misses you. She loves you. She wants to send you me.
she wants to talk to you. She misses you.
Mom, I'm playing D&D. Stop.
Is anyone else interested in doing some advancement?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes,
Everyone.
please.
Impossible. Not, someone has to not. No. Yeah. What would everyone like to do?
So I'm not necessarily happy with Life of Misdeeds. I don't think it matches anymore.
No. All right.
If I redo that, am I undoing the so like the distinctions come with the like highlighted skills? Do I have to also
Sorry.
No.
so I don't have to undo the skills that were associated with Life of Misdeeds.
Right.
Okay.
I can take a look at that again just in case, but I'm almost certain that that's the case.
Okay.
And
then I would just like I guess re-highlight the new skills associated with the new
No, so the skills are just for character creation.
Okay, so I just ignore that. I would just ignore the highlighted skills.
Yeah, you would just have the skills that you have and swap out your distinction.
Okay, that's fine. That's more than fine.
So we can get a 4th distinction basically with this, correct?
No, you can only ever have 3.
Swap out, yeah.
Okay.
Swapping out.
Then I know what I'm doing instead then. Thank you.
All right.
You can also choose to advance the Lovelace if you want to.
Oh, heck.
I believe. Let me check again, just in case. Yeah, so you can turn a ship asset from an episode into a ship signature asset for 2 episodes. That's the only one you can do for 2 episodes. Everything else costs quite a bit.
Okay.
Signature asset triggers are 3 episodes. Step up signature assets is 3 episodes. Unlock a new ship distinction trigger is 4 episodes.
Okay, I'm not going to be able to do that this time because I really want to change this one thing.
Yeah. Somewhat representative of what you may have been, but not so representative of who you are now.
Yeah, it just doesn't work. I don't see myself using it.
Yeehaw.
Turns out I've had time to think about my backstory. I'm gonna do Mysterious Past instead.
Instead of Life of Misdeeds?
Yeah, I'm replacing Life of Misdeeds. It just doesn't. It just because.
What are the triggers on that?
The triggers on Mysterious Past are Cortex Spectre. Whenever anyone uses an information-based asset against you, spend 1 plot point to turn it into a no data found complication of the same die rating. Ghosts of Yesterday, create a D8 complication relating to your history to step up your fight, know, or sneak for a scene. This complication cannot be stepped back by spending plot points to activate opportunities.
Gotcha.
I really like that.
So you can't buy it off me.
Yeah, that one feels better. I don't see Solace as being like the other one was like you can shoot better by, and that's like I don't I don't think Solace would do that.
Take or step up a sins of my past complication to step up shoot or trick.
Yeah, and I was like, well, whatever. It could work, but I don't see it. It just this one angles slightly more the way I want it to.
Mm-hmm. So that costs 1 episode, I believe.
Oh
Is
shit!
what I said. Yeah.
So.
The other stuff you can do for 1 episodes are adding specialties, adding signature asset triggers, and turning things into signature assets.
Sorry, lists are bad auditorily.
Yeah, I can just
Yeah,
screenshot this.
because as soon as I hear the second thing, the first thing's gone, and then as soon as I hear the third thing, the second and the first thing are gone.
No, not speech recognition.
Uh,
Alt Shift S, not Control Windows S. Or Windows Control. Shortcuts are bad. Never use them. Only long form.
boop, boop. Oh, okay, there we go.
Have sent.
Okay, so I've switched out a distinction for a new distinction.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I can add. Okay. Oh no, that's a trigger for a signature asset. Got it.
If you made an asset previously, you can turn it into a signature asset. But I don't think you did.
I made a lasso once. I don't remember what we called that.
That was in the first episode.
Yeah.
It's gone now.
Rip.
Well, I mean, presumably you could make it again.
Add a new specialty to a D6 or higher skill. Oh, so you can have more than one specialty on the skill? Add a new specialty, or
yeah.
is that really? Okay.
That makes sense to me. Why not? You could know lots of things. You could be able to shoot lots of different guns.
Can. Add it to a D6 or higher skill. Okay, so.
What other folks up to? What are you doing, Lynn?
Plucking chords on my thing until it was my turn. I want to add the second distinction of my Street Samurai.
Hell yeah.
For 2 episodes.
You got it.
Cool. That's
no
it.
callbacks allowed.
That's that. I don't need callbacks if I can just kill a motherfucker, you know?
It's true. Who needs callbacks when I can generate all the plot points I need by causing problems?
Yeah. Exactly. I ended yesterday or last session with 9, just so we all remember. I wish I had all of them.
Quite a few. You rolled a lot of ones.
I did. It was a lot of fun, though.
But that's also kind of the cost of just rolling lots of dice.
Yeah.
That's one thing I like about this dice system is it is very balanced in that rolling out lots of dice means higher chance you'll roll ones, but also more dice to add to the roll, and then you'll gain plot points if you roll ones, so you can use them, spend them to add dice. It's a whole thing. I like the plot point ecosystem in this game.
The ecosystem was the word I was thinking of.
Economy was the correct word, but ecosystem is definitely the one I thought of first.
So should we be providing the updated character sheet in the chat?
You can.
I also have.
I have been using them to kind of help folks out, if they're not sure on what they might want to roll, but you might have a bit of a better handle on it at this point. Plus, they're not major changes yet, other than maybe the switched out distinction. But since you don't get any triggers for that yet, it's not going to matter as much.
Right.
So I would say, if you want to at the end of the session, but don't worry about doing it right now.
Gotcha.
I decided not to change anything else. I think I was just happy to change that distinction mostly.
All right. So are you just creating the boy tether, Eli?
Yeah, that's all I'll be doing. I'll be saving that other episode for another time.
Cool. You changing anything with
Or
Doctor?
should I? Actually, no. Can I, may I spend that, other thing? spend that other episode to create derby poppers. They are little firecracker explosives that kind of like with varying potencies of explosive magnitude.
You just
I
want to
guess.
have explosives on you
Yes.
whenever possible. Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Very toolbox kind of character.
So
Yeah,
D6
but that's-
for derby poppers.
How about you, Caroline? What are you doing with the dock?
Sorry, I'm talking to Drew at the moment. One of the residents was disgusting today.
Blech.
I
Bad.
I totally forgot. I'm sorry.
worries.
So it costs 1 episode to turn a 6 into an 8? Or is it 2?
It's so skills.
It's 2.
Mm-hmm.
Skills, it costs 3 to step 2 D8 or higher.
Yep.
If you want to train something from a D4 to a D6, it'll cost 2.
2.
I'm seeing step up a signature asset. Oh, signature asset. My bad.
assets,
My
not
bad.
skills.
My bad.
I really don't have anything that like I really want
That's totally fine.
to
You just
step
leave
up.
it.
Then I think I'm gonna keep them
Sick.
because I was
Have
gonna see if
more.
I could make a distinction, but I don't have enough for that,
Acquire.
or I don't want to
bits.
switch out any of the ones I have.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm okay then.
An acquisition of episodes. Hoarding. As if 2 is a hoard. All right. Are we good to get started then?
I think so.
So,
Um,
I'm ready.
all right.
Yeah, I'm putting my phone down. I'm good.
Sure. Cool. So in that case, I think if it's okay with everyone to start in transit toward your next job, if that makes sense.
We don't even know what our next job is. It was a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
That's true.
I am going to explain that to you. I guess I am also assuming that you accepted, which
Accepted.
is maybe not the best idea.
Well, I mean, you tell, and
We need
So-
money.
I do need money.
Shifty Sean's got a bounty for you. And this is a completely above board bounty. So he provides you with the wanted poster for the planet. It's a small moon. Well, it's a medium moon. It's not a small moon. Called Littleton. Out in it's in the border planets. And the bounty's name is Billy Hill.
Hilly Bill?
Billy Hill.
Trilly Bill?
Billy
That's-
Hill.
That's gonna be my joke for the rest of this episode. You're welcome.
Cool, good. Good to know. Which is a name I did not think about until just now.
Yeah.
Until I threw it in the gutter.
Are you sure?
Let's just
Are you
call
sure
him
you
Billy.
Are you sure you don't want to make that fun name?
Yes, I am. Let's just call him Billy. Billy. What's a better last name?
Hill, I think.
No, disagree.
I'm just thinking about how the fact that if he like filled out a form, it would actually be like Hill, comma Billy.
Yeah, it sure would be.
Hated your ass.
I literally did not think about that at all before I said it out loud.
God.
This is why you
You
read the
just went
things you
there,
write out. You're supposed to say the things that you write
No,
out loud before you. Man, I'm glad this isn't an entertainment product.
it's
And I-
entertaining me quite a
It's
bit.
better last name.
I spent my only plot point to make him Bobby Hill.
Oh my god.
You can spend your plot point to make him Bobby Hall.
Bibby hole.
Oh my god.
Awful.
Oh,
Blinded by
shit.
alliteration, the true
Why do-
hubris.
Why do they call you Hilly Bill? It's Billy Hill. I'm sorry, I'm hearing the same thing.
Billy Bill.
Billy Bill.
Billy Bilson.
Uh,
Billy Bronson.
Billy Williamson.
Billy Bronson.
oh my god.
Billy Keaton.
Billy Bob Thornton.
Sure, there we go.
No.
Is this a joke that I don't understand?
That it's a
I
real
hate
person.
that.
I
Oh.
don't remember who he is.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Who is Billy Bob?
How about
I
just
don't
He's
Bob
an
Thornton?
actor. He's an actor and writer.
Just Bob Thornton.
Boxman.
Bob Thornton. There we go.
Bob Thornton.
Oh my god.
The world needs more Bob.
Awful.
I'm so sorry I have to delay it. Drew can't get in. The door's locked.
Oh no.
So I'll be right
Hmm.
back. I'm sorry.
You're
Mhm.
good. R.I.P.
God.
Drew.
Well,
We can start though, please.
so Bob Thornton is wanted, dead or alive, dead and alive, dead or alive, for
Shit.
murder and robbery. Now, Shifty Sean is sending you to find him, because and he's not particular. Do you want to do this in conversation, or do you want me to just kind of
Yeah,
tell you?
I think it'll be more interesting in conversation because last time we
Sure,
were like
I'm gonna have to take a big swig of water. Never commit to voices ever.
it's rough.
How do you feel Thorn felt doing Gus all the time?
That's true. Thorn's got a resilient voice. Resilient.
I'm a baby.
All right. Jesus. So, I got a bounty for you.
Yeah, so about that. We're kind of more peaceful like if we can help it. I don't know if you've noticed, but this is a Kinstoogie. That's a salvager class. It's kind of our whole shtick.
That's true, but I was under the impression you were looking for pretty much any kind of work you could get.
Depending. I mean, okay, so a bounty. We'll put it on the table.
Mm-hmm.
What's the requirements? We'll say. What's the rubric?
All right, so Bob Thornton. Guy steals a bunch of money. So I got connections. I got a friend, Veronica. Down there on Littleton, runs a casino named the Lion. What did I say? Jesus, my brain isn't today.
It's tomorrow.
Got a friend down in Littleton. Name's Veronica. She runs a casino called the Lion's Rest.
And you're gone. And
What?
oh my gosh, we're struggling. Holy
Can you
shit.
not hear me?
Come back to us.
Can you not?
Hello.
Can you not hear me?
Nope, you
There we
cut
go.
out. for
Because I could hear
2
you
seconds, so now
the
you're good.
entire time,
Oh, we could not hear you.
That's so weird.
which is not normally how that works.
You froze
you-
for us.
You freeze and then just go silent.
That's weird. Cool.
Friend,
that.
Veronica Littleton.
Yeah.
You know.
She's got a casino on Littleton called Lion's Rest. Planet's far enough out, Lions doesn't really care, but close enough in that they still get some central planet business, so it's decent money. So this Bob fella comes in, robs a convoy for about 2,500 credits and chips, then books it.
Shoot.
Local sheriff knows who it is going out on the manhunt, can't find him. Now here's the thing. The bounty's for 150 credits. We don't care much about the bounty, we care about the money. You can
Right.
take or leave Bob Thornton, but if you can find us that 2,500 in chips, you'll get a good cut of it. And the way we're dealing with this now, you take 80% of that, we get the other 20. You're good. 20% finder's fee. Or 80%. No, that's not how that works.
I was gonna say you gave the majority.
I had the money.
Favoring us? That's kind of generous.
Well, of the finder's fee that you get from returning the money. If you want to turn in the bounty aside, then that's free money.
Well, shoot.
And
And you've got
be the first time I've done something like this, so if you want to rely on my
oh well, hell.
unofficial skills.
I guess I got one last question. And we're sure that this is the guy, this Billy Thornton.
Or Wilson, that's what the locals say. Sheriff said he did a full investigation. He's got it for sure.
And they just can't find it?
Yeah, so planet's mostly rice fields and forests, terraformed for the farming. So there's a whole lot of foliage to hide around in, and local law enforcement, it doesn't exactly have the manpower to go sifting through a moon's worth of jungle.
Yeah, seems like a task.
Plus, it's not their money, so they put up the bounty, hope someone else will do it.
Well, as long as I've got your reassurance that this dude is actually guilty as can be, and I'm not, about to poach on some innocent dude, who's been,
hey,
marked.
I'm giving you all the information I have. You want to... I'm going to trust the people whose job it is to catch criminals, but if it's up to you.
You know what? All right.
As long as I'm not the criminal they're trying to catch.
Yeah. All right. You got coordinates on this place?
Sure do. If you need more info, I'm sure Veronica can tell you more once you get down there.
Seems like a good idea. All right. What y'all think?
Sounds like easy money to me.
Derby's not there. Derby.
Elsewhere.
Derby's busy. Yeah. All right. Then Solace is just gonna load up those coordinates and start heading that way.
Sure thing. It's about where are you? You're still in the border, so let's give it a day and a half's fly.
Oh, perfect. That's plenty of time.
Yeah.
You've got
Plenty
all the time you
to
need
things
and
that
or
I
want.
need to do. Mm-hmm.
Fear.
Jeez.
One fear.
It's fine. It's fine.
All right, we got a deal, Captain?
Oh yeah. Deb, put her there. Sticks
All right.
a hand out.
Well,
Shake on it.
sure thing. I believe the call was over a comm. It was a wave.
Oh shit!
last
I
time.
don't fucking know where we are.
You just hear like a rubbing against the receiver.
Yeah, sure.
It somehow feels greasy. You can hear the grease on the mic.
I can send you a DocuSign if you want a formal agreement.
Nah, you know what? It's whatever. I didn't. I don't really have more spatial awareness. Apparently, any idea of where the fuck we are at any given
fair.
moment.
Now, I do want to give you one last thing. You find that money, you better not run off with it.
I wouldn't dream of it.
That's what I like to
No,
hear.
sorry.
Click.
Oh, yep. You think Shady Sean would come after us, to the dock?
Oh, absolutely.
Shit. All right.
I speak from experience.
Jesus Christ, Doc.
I cheated him out of 50 credits. That's all. That's all.
And that's what you got stabbed for?
Oh, that was one of the multiple. Only the one. He broke my pinky finger and stabbed me, and that was it.
Ouch.
Yeah.
This guy's a mixed bag, huh? Alright, I'm setting coordinates. Ada?
Will do, Captain.
Well, I'm gonna go to my quarters.
Oh, no, you're not.
Excuse me,
No.
Doc?
I'm sorry. Just a mandatory checkup if you want to call it that.
That
Just make sure we're in top fighting order.
Solid just stares at Lynn like, what did you do?
I don't. This is the most ominous mandatory Captain. What is this about?
Oh, I don't know. Do I need to be present, or is this a private affair? Is this a...
Doctor-patient privilege. Sorry, Captain.
No, I ain't. How would I... Any sort
You'll
of,
get
like...
yours in due time. Don't worry.
Am I due for a fucking checkup? Is it like a physical? Is it like a... You know what? I don't... Y'all have fun now, I guess. Pulls out guitar.
Doc just kind of like waves like pretty casually, and he just kind of looks to Lynn and just kind of like, come on. He's not letting you run off.
Go on.
Lynn follows, like looking back and forth, like I don't know what's happening, but he follows.
Yeah, he'll lead you to the infirmary. Honestly, just like kind of like and find enough where it's just like more of a private space than anything.
Lynn absolutely has his hand on his sword. He's just like, I'm afraid you're gonna kill me. I don't know what's about to happen.
So Doc's just like completely casual with all of this. Like he doesn't have a piece on him that's just like obvious. So he's just kind of like going through things. He like probably like sits down, picks like a clipboard up and is just looking at it but not actually reading it, and then sets it down. So are you gonna tell me what's going on with you?
In a medical sense?
I think you and I both know what I mean.
Do I?
Do I need to spell it out for you? You're smarter than that.
Yeah. How about you go ahead and spell it out? Because I don't know what you're talking about. This isn't like a rectal exam or anything, is it? Like, what is this?
I think he just kind of looks disgusted at like the mention. He's just like, oh. Thank you, no. You seem to be rather focused, a little too much so, in the marketplace back on the last mission. We were going to see Shifty Sean. You seemed very distant, almost. I hope you know, it is incredibly difficult to lie to me, and I will know.
I think as you're talking, Lynn's face like deadens. Like he knows that you know now. And he says, yeah, I was had my attention on other things.
Care to elaborate for me?
Short story is that I am on the run from a particular organization that doesn't quite yet want me dead, but probably will within the month.
Well, that's nothing new. We're all running away from something. How much shit are you in with this organization?
Oh, I mean, like, a lot. Like a lot.
Are we talking like bodies left behind, a huge, like a wronging against a leader, a huge sum of debt? I've been through all of it, so.
Well, it's like the reality of it is 2 out of the 3 of those are correct, and the third is what they're trying to pin on me.
Interesting.
So kind of in all of the above situation, yeah. Yep.
I'm gonna be honest, the prognosis does not look good.
Oh,
That's quite a bit.
Thanks for the driest humor I've ever come across, Doc. I couldn't figure that one out for myself.
He's not laughing. He's completely stone-faced.
I don't think Linda's laughing either. I think he's probably a little annoyed.
And so you thought this... So why are you here? Other than running away. Why this crew? Why this ship? Is it to get the money back? Simply to run and never return to whatever land or planet you're from?
Well...
So let me make it clear now, if I haven't made it before. I am here solely to make sure me and my son live on. And if you cannot guarantee that, if you bring on something here, I will not hesitate to cut you down if needed.
Damn.
I just need to know what I possibly need to be going up against. I will help you along the way as much as I can, but if it gets too dangerous and if it puts my son's life at risk, I do hope you understand.
I do. I understand the need to protect family.
Do you? Family of your own out there?
He gives you a pointed look but doesn't reply.
I understand.
I will do my best to keep the crew out of it, but at the end of the day, I can't guarantee such a thing. And
That's
to
all
be
I need.
honest, oh, okay.
That's truly all I need. I'm not going to be here and sit you down and tell you of everything you've done wrong, because at the end of the day, you know yourself. No one's a bigger critic of someone than theirself. I'm just here to put the pieces together. I'm no therapist, and I will never claim to be one. But it's always, at least in my mind, refreshing to have at least one other person close by know of things, I think. You may think differently, but I will do anything in my power as long as it's not entirely life-threatening.
Are we done here, Doc?
Kind of like stops and looks at his watch. Suppose so. Carry on with your day.
He does that weird slap the wall thing as he leaves, and just kind of then goes to his quarters.
Kick back in
As you
his
pass
chair.
by the
What was that, Derby?
As you pass by the hydroponic garden, you see Derby with trying to teach Felix how to fill explosives with just the right amount of black powder. And he says, "Hey, Lynn."
I think
Felix is listening.
I think Lynn stops, says hello, looks, realizes, thinks to himself, should they be doing that on the ship? And then goes, I don't care, and walks away. I think he's like so up in himself right now.
Jeez. Incredible.
That's it.
Time passes. How much time would we like to have pass?
Solace is just strumming on his guitar until they get there.
It's a long song.
Didn't Solace want to talk to me, or was I going to talk to Solace? I forget.
So we had our talk last time, but I made it clear that you could come to me if you wanted to, and that I wasn't going to press the issue anymore. So if you want to come to me, that's up to you. That's if you think Lynn would want to talk on the matter some more, but
Oh god, I think after getting grilled by Doc, he really just is like
yeah, over
he
it.
doesn't know what to do. Yeah.
Reasonable.
Sorry.
Yeah, Solace,
No,
It's in character, I swear.
it's all good.
Solace decided not to press the issue any further.
All right. Yeah, I think Lynn is gonna leave it where it was at then.
All right. Then in a day and a half, you're outside Littleton, ready to land in. There's a few places, so you can land in the main town of Littleton, which is where the Lion's Rest is located, and is where the vast majority of the civilization on this planet is happening. The farms are what take up the vast majority of the surface of the moon, and they are massive. There's some amount of like actual in the fields paddies, I guess, farmers doing work, but primarily the moon ends up making a lot of its cultivation by these just enormous machines that just go down the rows and rows of rice. And then between these huge farms to both break up and strengthen the soil are these like effectively like rainforests almost. These very dense, very wet bits of tall trees and foliage and whatnot that are perform as both like soil enrichment locations and also oxygen propagation, like the atmosphere regulation with
People do like atmosphere.
yeah, it's good actually.
People do need that.
They're basically like hydroponic forests, woods, jungles. Much more, probably more on the jungle side than anything else.
Cool.
So you can find somewhere in a jungle to land. You could probably find a decent strip of land on a farm if you wanted to stay kind of outside the city. The Kintsugi's a big ship, all things considered.
Yeah, we're kind of a...
But luckily for you, the Littleton manages to draw in a wide enough crowd that there's actually like proper shipyards that you can land in to actually get in. They cater to a lot of types around the border system, so you can set down pretty much wherever you want to. You got the room basically.
Yeah. Then it's probably just appropriate to settle in a one of those yards.
All right. Yeah.
How far is that from like the city proper?
Not too far. You can make, I'd say like probably a mile by foot, just because shipyards are a lot bigger than like parking lots.
Well, yeah, yeah.
So finding a decent, and all the good spots are taken. So like, it's probably like a mile walk. Your class of ship probably has some kind of land vehicle on it. if you want to drive out there. Or there is a cheap shuttle from the shipyard to the city proper.
Derby knows how to drive.
It sounds like a threat.
Derby ain't allowed to drive. Yeah, I think we're gonna park it like in as reasonable a spot as we can. Maybe if there's a spot that's slightly away from everything else, kind of give ourselves a little corner.
Mhm.
And then do we have a vehicle? Is that a thing that we can just have?
If you want it to be like mechanically relevant, you can make it an asset, or you can just like have it. You're a big ship. Like, it makes sense for a ship of that size to have
Like some kind of buggy or
an
something.
ATV, yeah, a buggy or something. Given that you're a scavenging ship, probably something semi-industrial. Like this is
Yeah.
not it's not like a minivan. This is not like
Right.
a passenger vehicle. This is
It's like a Jeep.
yeah. You've got like it's probably
We
like
have a fucking bulldozer.
It's a
You-
4-wheeler, but it's like twice as heavy as a normal 4-wheeler, and like way more like.
so. There's this thing that John Deere makes called a gator.
A gator.
That's
Oh my
basically like a
God,
dump
yeah.
truck golf cart. Or not a dump truck, like a pickup truck golf cart.
Holy shit! Hold on. I have to find an image because I know exactly. Yes.
Post it in text for boys.
I know exactly.
Oh, I love it.
Okay.
And I imagine you've probably got
Post it in
something
chat,
a lot
please.
like that.
Where'd that go?
Hmm?
Did you post an image?
I didn't.
No, someone do it, please.
Oh.
I too.
I'm
looked
just
it up.
looking it up.
Yeah, I just
where-
googled.
what's
Okay,
a
I thought-
good?
I'm too
That's a
lazy to
good-
do it. If someone could post it for me, that'd
I
be
got
Here,
you.
I've got-
baller.
Yeah. There's a couple different kinds, but I like the big kind, the like 4-seater.
I was looking at that too.
I was looking at the
This is
smaller
long.
ones.
Oh hell yeah, baby!
Ooh, that's a big one.
Yeah.
That's what I was. Just
That's
about
a
to
big-
post
Yeah, that's what
today.
I was thinking
It's
of.
not even that much like cargo room though. Yeah, you
I
got
like the idea.
you got that kind of vehicle though.
There's so many different kinds.
I'm envisioning like a 2-seater and people just sit in the back.
Just in the back.
Yeah, very pickup truck. Some some
I can
people
make Felix have a D6 and drive. We can have Felix drive.
some people have never
I also
ridden in
have-
the back
well,
of a pickup
drive is a
truck
drive.
at 60 miles an hour and it shows.
Drive isn't like a vehicle. Drive is a different type of
No, it is.
Well, that's unfortunate.
What? No, because
No.
I thought it was something else because we decided that it wasn't like because we have fly. Fly
yeah,
is
fly
like
is
the...
fly is space vehicles, drive is land vehicles.
Oh,
like,
I thought that we had.
land is an atmo vehicle, fly is a non-atmo vehicle. You would still fly like helicopters and planes, but basically anything that exists on the surface of a planet is drive.
I thought drive was more of a like more of a theoretical, emotional thing.
Oh no.
I thought we had talked about that like that. Okay, never mind.
That's more like focus.
Okay.
Your drive,
I'm
your
so down
motivation
to
as
have
a stat.
Yeah.
I'm so down to have Felix know how to drive.
I also know how to drive.
Are you ready to go on this mission, guys? So he's like shaking.
Captain's already got the keys, already in the front seat, and was like, hop in the back, kid.
Come on, let the kid
Is Felix
kid
even
drive.
allowed on this?
This thing
Is
costs
Felix
more than
gonna
that
be-
kid's life. He ain't driving.
Captain, I
Just
ain't
the
gonna
most
say anything,
pointed
but
look
I think you
From
need to-
Doc.
This
I think
thing
you-
costs more than I can pay any of you for a whole year. So I got the keys. I'm driving.
I just don't think the human spirit is worth any kind of money, Doc. I mean, and not Doc, Captain.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that nothing can happen to this thing because we can't afford it.
Is Felix even allowed on this trip, or is he getting relegated to the ship again? to play space poker with Ada.
Oh no, Derby needs Felix to carry something while he's trying to. Derby's trying to sell some some of those electrical parts in town that we got off that job.
Felix, you know you're allowed to say no, right? You don't gotta say yes.
It's okay. I don't really mind completely.
All right, who's sitting where then? If we decide if this thing's a 4-seater or a 2-seater?
I vote
I
2.
am not sitting in the back.
It's a 2-seater. Okay, me and Doc up front. Whoever else in the back.
And it is almost definitely a little bigger than the
uses.
Gators too, so it's got a more sizable back, and probably
Doc
some more robust
refuses.
wheels.
So it's like a pickup truck meets a gator.
Yeah, it's like if a dune buggy was a pickup truck.
Okay, yeah.
Man, look at those shocks.
All right, Ada, lift up the fucking you know the thing.
The door.
Do you mean the doors, Captain?
Yeah, you know. You got it. You got it in one.
Can do, Captain. Opens the doors for you and extends the ramp so you can properly drive down and out.
Was everyone going? Was that the like?
Sounds like it, yeah.
All right, cool.
I'm pretty sure everyone's in the vehicle. Yeah. Literally everyone.
All right, is Ada gonna remember to close the doors?
Yes.
Okay. uh,
All right, where are you headed?
I like that.
You got
We're headed.
so you've got the Lion's Rest where Veronica is. You've got the you could go to the sheriff's station to find out more about the warrant itself.
That's where I would like to go or be dropped off. One of the two.
Yeah, it's reasonable.
I mean, if you'd like.
You've got the town center, which has got all the things the town needs. You got hotels. You've got the Lion's Rest. You've got some houses. You've got this general stores. Everything a town needs. Business.
Derby
Commerce.
needs to be dropped off near the technician or whatever the closest thing they got to like a car mechanic person.
Yeah, there's probably there's definitely like a probably just a literal mechanic in town. There's probably specialized in all the farming equipment specifically. But is they're also probably the person everyone in town goes to when their hovercraft breaks down or whatever.
Yeah, totally.
So, yeah. So, and Captain, are you steering towards the casino?
Lines. Yep.
All right.
You and me, Doc.
Is Lynn headed to the sheriff's alone?
Yeah, unless anybody else wants to come with me.
Nah, I want to go talk to Victoria.
Does Derby really mean
Veronica.
Felix?
I
Veronica.
think I said Victoria before, and that was incorrect.
You can't carry all of it.
Because Felix is like, I mean, the sheriff's office sounds kind of cool.
Well, Doc, do you want to help me carry this stuff?
Fuck no.
Why don't
Well,
why-
I guess
Yep.
it'll be hard, but I guess I can try. Kind of struggle to pick everything up, but I'll do it. Like, you know how that image of the person carrying too many books and so it blocks their field of view? That's what Derby's like, right?
Derby.
I'm all
Bless.
for it. Felix would like to also accompany Lynn to the sheriff's station if Lynn is okay with that.
Yeah, we built up a little bit of rapport, I think.
Sure thing.
He trusts you.
Yeah, so Felix and Lynn get dropped off near the sheriff's station. Derby hops out near the town center. And then Doc and Captain are headed towards the Lion's Rest. So
Yeah.
let's do
Yeah.
things in. Let's do Lion's Rest first.
Thank you. I wanted to think about what I wanted to talk about with Felix and the sheriff, so I appreciate it.
Understandable. Felix is just there for a ride. He's having a great time so far.
So, yeah, Cap'n and Doc, you arrive at the Lion's Rest. You park outside. Your vehicle's maybe a little out of place, given that it is very much like salvager equipment. But like, there's other working class vehicles here. You're definitely not the
Right.
only like there are definitely like
Not the only
some
blue collar
miners
ass.
and
Yeah.
because that's like, where else are you gonna go when you're out? You've just gotten your paycheck off the rim, like.
Yep.
So you're around the area, definitely. So yeah, you can park, and it's a they've got some let's say unconventionally clothed people out front, not expressly scantily clad. Like this is a space western, right? We can harken back a little bit. Very very showgirl, like the one piece and like the like feathered like head plume.
Nice.
Lots of glitter involved.
Oh, I haven't picked up my tie of the day.
So like, yeah. So you've got your like conventionally attractive woman and like this like very gymnast build guys, kind of out front in the same outfit, like very much greeting people as they're coming in. And inside is, well, it sure is a space casino. Bright lights, lots of slots. Luckily out here, it's not all digital. We're keeping the tradition of table games alive with some classic good old cheating. So you've got your blackjack and your poker and your baccarat and everything that makes casinos good. Lots of dealers. These are probably some of the best dressed people you've seen in quite a while. Are particularly the dealers and floor attendants, people walking around with trays of drinks and the like. And these table attendants in these really nice dress shirts, jackets, clear that have been clearly pressed. They've got their sleeves up past the elbow. They're all very committed to what they're doing. There's usually at least two people a table, keeping a good eye on everything. And then you see one woman in this like glittering scarlet dress who's also walking the floor, who's got attendants on either side of her, who's keeping an eye on everything on the floor.
All right. I'm gonna turn up the collar on my lesbian flannel and saunter on over to the bar. You want a drink, Doc?
I'm sorry, I found a really bad one. Absolutely. On you?
I mean, I guess.
There we go, Captain.
What you having? You know what?
I can't drink it. Caroline can't drink anymore, so I immediately forgot all
Two
drinks.
of whatever's good. How about that?
Yeah, I can do that. There's a glint in the bartender's eye. It's just like, it's my time. Finally. But also knows better to do anything too adventurous when people ask that, or he's not getting tipped. So ends up mixing together a couple of strong but flavorful cocktails. I think they do a double batch so that they can just pour them out into two glasses. And you both get like this deep like this deep golden brown liquid topped with like a silver skewer, that's got like a sugar cube that they summarily like light on fire very briefly to give it a little like sugar float, and then blows it out and hands them both to you.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. Pays in whatever form of credits is convenient.
Yeah.
Decent tip.
Definitely. You notice that a lot of the folks around here are paying in chips. Not just for their table games and slots and stuff like that, but even just like the drinks, food, merchandise, like any transactions you see going on in here, the vast majority of them are done with poker chips that have been stamped with a lion on it.
Ah, okay. Interesting. How are people getting these things? Is it just
there's
like
a counter? There's
Oh,
an
okay.
exchange desk, effectively, with like I'm gonna say like half dozen attendants at it. That is very regularly busy. In fact, you see some people like come in just to go to the counter and then leave.
Huh. All right. My worry is coming in here and not looking like much of a customer and just being kind of a intruder of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe let's mingle a little. I think that lady we saw earlier in the rather nice gown might be our query.
It's possible. I don't mind a round of blackjack or baccarat or two. I can see how people are around here, see what they know.
I'll start sitting around at the slots, seeing what people think.
Sounds fine to me.
All right, we splitting off?
I guess.
All right. Solus is gonna get, I guess, a few chips. I guess you would also use the chips for slots, or
Yep.
unless there's like coin money that like.
No, it also chips.
Also chips. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just putting a handful of credits into chips.
Yep.
Sure thing. Yeah, you up close, especially at the exchange counter, you can see behind them they've got like these big organized stacks of them, right, in these neat holding trays. And you've got the denominations, like you can kind of see like what each one is worth. And there's obviously like way more stacks of the ones that are more valuable because they're less used.
Right.
But yeah, for the most part, there's fairly equal denominations of all the bits. You kind of get a sense of what each one's worth. So yeah, you get some of the lower end chips, because I assume you're not putting a ton of money into this.
Nope. Sure am not. Just
Yeah, and then you can head out onto the floor. What are y'all trying to do?
I'm gonna try and sidle up to some people who strike me as like locals or like regulars.
Mm-hmm.
People who probably like come in and do like the low slots every day, or like the
Yeah.
the local color.
What kind of identify locals skills do you have?
Let's find out.
Maybe we combine this. It's additionally like identify and schmooze with locals skills.
Yeah. I do have influence sweet talker, and I do know border planets.
Those would both be very useful for this.
All right, then.
Yeah, that probably lets you know more about like this location in general too.
Okay, sweet.
Like this was probably not an uncommon like vacation getaway for the more wealthy people from like your home planet.
Yeah, that would probably make sense.
It's just kind of it's a border planet attraction, and there really aren't many of those. So it's fairly notable.
Yeah, okay. Then I've got should I like roll?
Yeah.
So we'll say social. Would I roll both influence and no in that case?
No, I'd say pick one. So yeah, because you've got both of those, you have specializations for, right?
Yes.
So you'll be able to pick one and use its specialization.
Okay.
So yeah, definitely social. If you're, so I think which one you pick is going to influence your outcome. So if you're rolling no, you're probably going to be able to your outcome is going to be a lot more like factual, a lot more like rigid details about the area and finding like someone who is definitely from here. And if you roll influence, you're going to get a lot more like rapport with this individual or several individuals.
Okay. I think I'll roll with influence.
Okay.
So I'll do social influence.
You got.
Where's that graph?
The flow chart.
Yep, I lost it.
If you're doing this in a particularly buckshot way, I might give you yeehaw, but you're gonna have to earn that. Yeah. Other than that, I don't think.
I think that's
it's
just
gonna
kind
help
of
a lot. If you want to say that, so your new distinction, the mysterious past. So if you want to add the threat that someone might recognize you,
shit,
or that this could come up, you may add a D4 and take a plot point for like complications related to that. Or I can't think of a great argument for using mysterious past as a benefit in this case in particular.
No.
But you can definitely use it as a downside if you want to. A drawback.
But I would get to roll an extra D4.
So you get an extra D4, which is I'm gonna say is actually a downside. Because it means you got a 25% chance of rolling a jinx.
Right, it's gonna be
and you get a plot point.
But I like it though.
Yeah, then absolutely go for it.
Alright.
So that'll be a D10,
social,
a D8, a D6, and a D4. The whole gamut from 4 to 10.
Where's my... There we go. D10, okay.
Oh, I gotta roll stakes.
Yeah.
So these are locals. They're fairly social. I don't think this is gonna be particularly difficult. Partially because they're almost definitely boozed up. People don't spend a lot of time here sober. Because that's not the point. Why would you go to a casino sober? Yeah, I'll give them... I'm actually going to give them a D4 for just, like, drunk. Alright, so I rolled a 1, so that's an opportunity.
Oh.
And I set stakes at 8.
Cool. I rolled an 11.
That is more than 8.
It sure is more than 8.
Does anyone want to mess with their complications due to... You would?
I actually have a question about complications.
Mm-hmm.
So, would Lynn and I cancel ours out because we had our scene earlier?
Right. So those are fairly resolved now. So they no longer really make sense for the scene, or for the game. So they would go away.
I don't know if I completely agree with mine going away.
You think you're still kind of rattled?
I think he's still rattled.
All right.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, you can definitely.
My
it's your
character
character.
isn't hesitant about it. It's just, I guess, I don't think it would create a new complication like has knowledge about this now. I don't think that's really a complication,
No.
or at least at the moment.
So Dox is resolved, but Lynn's still shook.
Yeah.
That's okay. So
Pretty
I
much.
don't have anything to do then because I don't have anything else.
Sure thing. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So
So you
I
succeed.
yeah.
Yeah. So you rolled influence, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I think you lay on the local charm. I think kind of a little bit.
I'm one of you.
Would you mind describing to me the like kind of person you sidle up to?
Sure. I'm looking for basically anyone who strikes me as particularly blue collar. Anyone who maybe looks like they just got out of work. Maybe with a slight leaning towards the ladies, but not a strict requirement. Anyone who looks at least a little bit into their cups. Again, not a strict requirement, but and anyone who is lingering at the slots.
Sure thing. I think you find someone who fits most of those categories. So it's yeah. So it's this lady. She's got the neck bandana and just like either denim or leather. Like very much work clothes, like yeah, like kind of torn up jeans, very like yeah, honestly she's probably dressed a lot like you, except like significantly more
Reasonable.
like wet from like kind of damp jeans from like the calf down, and like real strong back muscles. Someone who's used to leaning over and getting up a lot.
Got it.
Yeah, I think so. I think one of the ways that you identify in particular that she's a regular is she's got like so they sell the ways you can get drinks here. One of the things is, so they've obviously got tap beer. It's not great beer, but it's tap beer. Very synthetic. And like you can get like the like 4-pint stein of it basically. And as long as you keep the mug, you can get cheaper refills every time you come back.
Let's go. Lady after my own heart.
And it's like 3/4 empty at this point, and it looks like it's probably not the first one.
Let's fucking go. This she's so strong.
I have to drag you away from this at the end. You're not even gonna get information. It's just you hitting on her. Oh my god.
All right. Yeah, I'm gonna wait until the slot next to her is open, unless it's already open, in which case...
You find an opportune moment.
Alright.
Yeah. Keep going.
I'll take my chances real quick. I'll feed a chip into the slot machine. Are we gonna roll for like...
Yes. Do you have D100 on you?
Oh, fuck no.
I do. I can roll for you.
Okay.
That would be a more proper slot machine analogy. As if I rolled for you.
Could get... Yeah, honestly.
Pick a number between 1 and 100.
Your
lucky number.
82.
82? You got a
That's
49.
the exact number I was thinking of. I'm not even fucking with you. That's the
We're on the
exact
same
number I
wavelength, bro. What is that? Psychic. That
Yeah,
sucks.
just like
Lesbian
chunk, chunk,
coming
chunk.
through.
Your standard slot machine, just like chunk, chunk, chunk.
ram it. All right. Well, I'll kind of like lean and.
I think she sees this and she's like, "Yeah, you gotta hit it first."
Oh no shit.
Yeah, no, and she's like, all right. So she feeds a chip into it and gives it like a kick with her boot, and then pulls it down, and like, she's and like, exact same thing happens on her slot as your slot. She's like, and she's like, it works sometimes.
You know what? You say it with enough gusto. I think I believe it.
It's worked before. I mean, once, while ago. But yeah, you know, it'll happen again. Tell you what.
There you go. That's how you think about it.
Yeah.
So you spend a lot of time around these parts.
Little time, very frequently.
I see.
Hey, they got the best deals. Look at this is ridiculous. Is what this is.
It's decadent, is what it is.
Yeah, it's what the verse needs right there. Is value.
So you make a a decent habit. You come in and kick up your boots, have yourself a
yeah. Makes for an interesting afternoon for an hour or so. Maybe longer if we got a good show.
Oh, when do they do the show? Sorry, I'm asking a lot of questions.
It's fine. You seem here's kind of a broad term when it comes to this kind of area, but no, it's they do the shows on Wednesday nights. And Saturday they have the matinee of whatever they're going on. They do the projection up on the side. And then every once in a while they get new fresh talent in, keeps people coming to see if it's going to happen or not. They don't announce it. Yeah.
I see. And how long you been attending?
Oh, about as long as they'd let me in the door. Well, a little before that. But you know how it is.
Oh, don't I know it? I was we've come on high recommendation. We were told to, give things a look see.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know too much, but we were told that a real fine person runs this establishment.
Oh yeah, Veronica.
Is that her name?
She's great. Real darling. She's around every once in a while. She's got her real fancy clothes, and it's great. She's got looks, is what I'm saying. And yeah, she runs the place pretty tight. Don't stand for nonsense though.
I see.
Don't go to causing trouble. Not that I think you will, but just fair warning.
I appreciate anybody who runs a tight ship. You
don't look like a troublemaker, but you don't look like you wouldn't get into trouble.
It depends on the trouble.
Yeah, that's true. Spins another slot.
Yeah, I'll go ahead. I'll also spend another chip, but do the trick that she showed me. See what happens.
Pick 2 numbers.
68 and 45.
68 and 45. 21.
Shit.
Chunk, chunk, chunk. Well, you keep at it, you'll win eventually, right?
One of these days.
It's machine work, can't lie. I think so.
Supposing
you ever seen a machine lie?
I don't think so. But
it doesn't seem like it worked that way.
I mean, how would you know? I guess if How can it seemed like they would actually be pretty good liars.
Oh,
But
maybe. That's a troubling thought. Anyway. Oh, so close. It's like chunk, chunk. Oh, chunk. Oh.
Well, you have good luck the rest of your night. You know,
Oh, I hope.
I'll send you some wishful thinking. I'll be at the bar, I think, for a little while longer.
All right, you have fun.
And I'm gonna scope out where the dock is. where are you, Doc?
Hello. I probably am sitting down at like a blackjack table.
Mm-hmm. Yep,
And,
dealer's
like-
dealing. Very professional, very practiced. Has been doing this a very long time. Very clear. Yeah, clearly. Like, handles cards like it's butter.
Mm-hmm.
I've never seen someone handle butter, but I've been told it's very impressive.
So yeah, he's playing for a bit. It's I actually have a special skill in information gathering.
Ooh.
Oh,
Tell me how it is.
Oh. Let's go.
It's just kind of like very small talk with some of the people around. It's technically it's focus, and then I have like the little like written thing that's literally just says information gathering.
Gotcha. Yep.
So I'm just pretty good at getting like little tidbits that normal people wouldn't get. I've done this like 100 times before, probably.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Do you want to roll for that then?
Absolutely.
All right, let's set some stakes. So you're basically just trying to like be in the zone and just kind of absorb.
Yes.
Awesome. So,
I probably
I'm
like
gonna-
start a conversation and then kind of like let it continue with like the people at the table sort of thing. Kind
Yeah.
of let them do my work for me.
I idle talk, but like kind of probing questions,
Probing,
but like yeah.
Really
so
subtly.
then it definitely be social. Definitely be social.
Got it.
I'm gonna say the like roll itself isn't very hard.
Mhm.
Just because like again booze, so you get the D4 for
Yeah.
drunk. So it's not super hard, so it's a D6. The big like the D8 for additional challenge is really just that it is loud in here. There's just a lot of noise going on, and just trying to like cipher through all of that. Siphon.
Yeah.
Sift. That's the word I was looking for. Sift through all of that to get
Got
the
it.
information you really want and need is what you're actually looking for. All right. Ooh, spicy. So that's stakes at 13.
Ooh.
I rolled
Ooh,
an
that's
8 in my
pretty good.
D8.
Shit.
No opportunities.
Damn. All right. So you said 13?
Mm-hmm.
I got a 12.
Oh, so close.
All right.
You.
None of them were ones though.
Oh wait, no, you can't spend a plot point to like roll another die, can you? Or like.
You can spend plot points to roll big damn hero dice if you have any, or add more dice to the roll depending on how many you did roll.
I could win if I did that.
Yeah, because you'd have at least 3 dice.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
So then that would push me to 14.
Yep, and that'll be enough.
Perfect.
So yeah, I think what the roll says about how this goes down is that like it is real loud. I think in particular while you're doing this, someone actually hits a jackpot on one of the slots. So there's this like there's shouting, there's all the bells and whistles and lights are going off. And there's a local tradition that if anyone wins, everyone cheers. So one person hits this slot, and suddenly, unexpectedly, like the whole place is hollering.
Yeah.
But despite all the ruckus, you do manage to suss out some things. So luckily, you pick the card tables, which is again also where a higher density of the locals go, as opposed to the slots.
Yeah.
Because they know they know their card games, they like their card games. So it's mostly these like older folks, local folks, business people. You pick up on a conversation about the sheriff specifically, wherein several of the townsfolk aren't super happy with how he's been handling so the first thing you get is everyone knows that the sheriff's being paid off by the casino. Literally everyone. It's just how it goes. It's not even that like it's not a big deal. It's just how things go around here. Like sheriff walks in, gets handed some chips as a courtesy by Veronica. Everyone goes on their way. So the other thing that you hear about is the robbery that happened recently. Seems the so this isn't the only Lion's Rest casino. There's a few of them, and this isn't the main one, meaning that they've got to bring chips in and out, especially new ones, to make sure the stamp's fresh. They can verify it and stuff like that. And someone hit the transport with all the chips in it. Not all the chips. It was a pretty small chunk of them because they don't carry a lot at any given point in time, but it was the highest value ones. They somehow knew which ones were the highest value, so they ran off with 2,500 in chips. And everyone's just like, God, what could I do with that kind of money? And it's just, and everyone else is just kind of like, yeah, but it's not worth getting hung though. That's not a good idea. That's kind of the general conversational vibe going on.
It's totally like egging on in that point. We're just like, but what could you get with that though? Like, if you had it theoretically, he's like totally honing in on it.
Man, I could get my own space truck.
Funny enough, I have one of those right outside.
You have a space truck? You have your own space truck?
What can I say?
They're
everywhere,
I think half the table believes you. Are you still
dumb.
wearing your lab coat?
Pharmacist.
The thing is, like, he kind of like wants it to look like, yeah, I have like a real job. I get paid a lot of money, sort of thing. Like, he wants to kind of like put himself out there almost a bit.
While wearing his fucking
laying it up.
bass tie.
Shut up. He thinks it's cool as hell. Shut up.
Hey, bass are a sign of wealth on this side of the world.
He won't take no criticisms on his ties. None.
I will not be taking critiques at this time.
So.
Yeah. So that's
sure.
about what you get out of it. Would now be a good time to move to the other locations, or would you like to continue in the Lion's Rest for a little bit?
I'm okay
Before you make your move.
now.
Sure.
I think I'm happy with that amount of information for the time being.
Then
if we want to.
And once I meet up with Captain, I'll give them all this knowledge because I don't remember some of it, and I know everyone else will, so I don't have to talk about it.
Sick. Let's jump to the sheriff's office. Sheriff's station.
Oh boy, here we go.
The first thing you note is that this isn't a so like this isn't an Old West sheriff station. This isn't like the Andy Griffith police station with like a desk and 2 cells. This is like a fairly fortified building. Because it's likely the only representation of Alliance control on this moon, is this particular building.
So it's like more like a modern sheriff's office with a bunch of deputies?
Right. Well, manpower's notwithstanding, but a lot more like, I'd almost say closer to the construction of like an embassy. Because this is very much like the point of contact for the Alliance. Like it's not just it is called the sheriff's station, but it's also got like their tax offices, and the it's communication hub. It's where like all signals and flyers and stuff come in and out from the Alliance, in particular.
So it's got a little bit going on.
Yeah, it's got a little bit going on. But it's still, yeah, as far as manpower goes, it's still pretty homey. Like, it's not like a massive system. There's like still the billboard out front that's got like wanted posters and community sightings and postings and stuff like that. And you do see a wanted poster for Bob Thornton out front. Yeah, and you can do what you would like to do.
I think is there like a window that's kind of mirrored at all?
Like outside?
Yeah.
Yeah, the sun's coming down pretty hard. So whatever the local star is. So there's something that reflects you a lot more than it does look inside.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna quick do a little like hair tussle, kind of
make yourself
pat
presentable.
myself down.
Yeah.
Felix is kind of looking at you like, do we need to do that?
Lynn shrugs. How presentable do you feel you are and want to look? That's your choice. You don't look hideous right now, so
Like, you don't look
that's a plus.
hideous right now. Damn.
He just kind of like sort of ruffles his own hair a bit.
Does it look better or worse?
And that's pretty
than
much it.
beforehand?
It doesn't.
A little worse.
I don't think Lynn finds it any better or worse. He sees a kid who's like, I'm gonna do what you're doing because I think that's the right thing to do.
That's basically exactly what
Felix sure is
thinking.
25.
He sure is 25, and we all play it like he's 13.
Baby mode.
I thought he was 21.
No, he's 25.
He's 25.
Fucking my
Ada
age.
called him 21.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I got confused. So yeah, I just grabbed the poster off the wall and I walk in and kind of figure out who is the closest person to talk to, and I walk up to him.
Yeah, are you wearing your sword?
Yeah, I probably would be.
Cool. So an alarm goes off as soon as you walk in.
That's fine.
Wait, is it up for all weapons?
Yes.
Okay, then one goes off for Felix too.
Okay.
Lynn looks back
Jeez.
at Felix like, what?
So you make it through the door, but like pretty immediately, like deputies stand up and they've got like there's like the entryway itself is kind of somewhat isolated. It's not quite an airlock, but it's like it's self-isolated, and they're just like, all right, put your dangerous implements, they say, as they see that you're wearing a sword. And there's like a bin that like folds out of the wall, and it's just like, well, make sure to tag him and get him back to you as soon as you head outside.
What do you mean by tag them?
We'll make sure that it will give you like you ever been to a coat check? It's like a tag, so we know that it's yours.
Okay.
So we don't
My
give
bad.
So we don't give you, I don't know, someone else's sword.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Because I, as a player, was confused what you meant by tag, I'm gonna play it off as Lynn was also confused. So it's gonna be like, oh, well, yeah, because I mean, who else carries a sword around these parts, right? And then just like clacks it into the bin.
Mm-hmm. What kind of piece does Felix have on him?
Felix has a 6-shot revolver on him.
All right.
Lynn kind of like whispers, like, "What? When the fuck did you get that?"
So he just kind of like pulls it out. He has like a little side holster that's usually kind of like hidden under his like little like cardigan sweater. And, like pulls it up, takes out the gun, kind of like rolls it and like dumps the bullets out into like the bin, spins it and puts it in the thing. Like expertly done too.
Yeah, I think Lynn definitely picks up on that.
Expertly done.
very, very surprised boy over here.
Like, all right, come on through.
Yeah, so I step up to him.
Yep.
And I say, I'm here for information about the bounty, about the Billy Hill.
Ah,
Nope,
you
Billy
got
Thornton.
information, or are you looking for information?
Looking for information.
All right. Well, I suppose whoever's the sheriff ran the investigation on that, so that's probably your best bet. He's in. You probably don't have a ton of time with him though. He's pretty busy. So the deputy, Deputy Scruggs. No, not that. Yeah, sure, whatever. Deputy Scruggs.
Good enough.
The sits down at the desk and like buzzes and like does shuffle some paperwork, doing things, and then it's just like, all right, head on through, and then the there's like another set of doors that like open a little bit further down the hall.
I walk on through, and if Felix is not following me, I wait for him to follow.
He follows. He follows
Okay,
pretty closely.
Yeah. So there's a very well built man sitting behind a black wooden desk. I've described 2 desks in this campaign in 3 episodes. And he's kind of got his boots up on the corner of the desk. And he's just like, so you looking for information about Bob Thornton, right?
That's correct.
All right. What do you need to know? Oh, well, so I'll tell you what I know, at least. So, with a few boys from the back, so we got a bit of a problem around here. You'll know if you talk to the locals. Most other folks don't know about it because it doesn't really matter. We've got some folks living out in the jungles. Most of them are from here, but just couldn't make it in the business or whatever, and ended up out in the woods because I guess that's where they decided to go. But they clearly weren't very satisfied with the life they were leading out in the great wilderness. So they hit a transport headed for the Lion's Rest, and now that money's missing. Luckily we got a dash cam off the transport, so we know that it's we know who it is at least. But we really just don't have the time to go out there and comb through all them jungles, right?
Right. Do you know if there is more than one person that's going to be rolling with this Bob Thornton, or is it just going to be him?
It looked like close to 4 assailants, so it's probably him and 3 others.
All right.
Best bet, can't be on the other side of the moon. Just wouldn't, unless they run that far. We would have tagged him in the fields by then. So he's probably in one of the 2 or nearer jungles. If you're into doing some hide and seek, I guess. And like it says, 150 credits if you bring him in. We'd prefer alive. We don't want you to shoot anyone you don't got to, but law's the law as far as we're concerned.
So it's just 150 for Billy. Nope, sorry. No, it is Billy Thornton.
Bob
Thornton,
Thornton.
right.
Bob. Not Billy.
I'm so sad we changed it. It was such a good name. So it's just 150 for him, alive or dead.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing for the other 3 mooks.
If you bring him in, I can give you something a little extra just for helping. But ringleader is really the one we're concerned about.
All right. Got so you just the general jungle in the area. You got maybe a hollow map I can look at with maybe a small
yeah,
little
I can tag you some.
That'd be good.
Here's and he just like pulls up, like taps on the middle of the desk, and this like projection comes up between the 2 of you. He's just like, all right, so here's where we are, right? This is Littleton, and then we got up north. The transport came through here, and he draws a line out through the road from between Littleton and the shipyard launch station. I was just like, the transport went through here. We're suspecting they came out through the jungles here and hit it, but we don't have footage from after they hit it, so they could have gone south to the other jungle, or they're back up north in there.
All right. It's at least a place to start looking.
Yep.
I'm trying to think as a player if I have any other questions I need to ask.
Can you see the footage?
Ooh. That's a really good question. I like that. Mind if I take a look at this footage just so I can get a better look in person of what this person might be wearing or carrying and all that kind of stuff?
I appreciate the inquiry, but unfortunately we can't show it to non-deputized members. We're certainly willing to help out any bounty hunters willing to do their due duty and for whatever compensation they may receive. But unfortunately, we're not at a point where we can divulge that much evidence to the public.
Right. So I can't get a visual confirmation.
Oh, it was
this
right there
isn't-
on the poster.
Oh, sure.
Was
But
this
is
the photo a shot from the video?
No, it's just like a headshot.
Yeah. But there's no way.
And we're completely sure this is the guy. Like, we
Yep.
know for
Know
a
for
fact.
certain.
Like, if... Okay. 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 Sorry.
Bless. Anxious.
He just kind of like deflates because he thought he had a really good question, and just completely shot down. He's like, okay.
Anything else?
No. Thank you for your time.
Sure thing. Come back here and I'll get your money to you.
Looking forward to it.
Me too.
Bye-bye.
Ugh. I don't know why, but I don't fucking trust this guy.
They give you your weapons on the way out.
Oh, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
They keep them. They almost give you someone else's sword.
I know this other
Reload
sword.
all 6 shots, spit back in.
This is Crusher's sword.
He doesn't need the sword. So,
You two have definitely debated sword versus gun many times.
sword versus gun versus fist. It's probably a well-worn conversation.
Yeah.
I think we leave, and I think Lynn's gonna start turning towards just the town in general, to kind of like get a feel for it. Actually, no, that's a lie. He's gonna kind of start heading towards the scene of the crime as per what was explained to me, just to get like an
Yeah.
idea of
Sure thing. You
What
want to just
that
kind of
all
like
looks
trace the path.
yeah.
I also
And I
follow.
yeah, I think while we're walking down that way too, Lynn kind of looks at Felix and says, "I did not expect you to have one of those."
Yeah, I mean, my father's a lousy shot, so kind of had to come to one of us to learn it.
That's some comforting. So what's your story, anyways, Felix? How'd you come to be aboard this crew?
I think he just kind of like stops, like kind of like slows down in his step and just kind of like has to like think for a moment. It's both a long story and simultaneously not a long story.
Well, we got a while to walk, so you can regale me as much as or little as you want.
I suppose. Has my father told you anything at all?
Not really, no. He's I'm not easily not imposed. What's the word I'm looking for? I'm not easily wary of people, but I would say that the doc is one of the few people who kind of gets under my skin.
Yeah, he does that to a lot of people, unfortunately.
Literally.
Yeah. I don't really have a place to call home. I never really have. I've always been somewhere out in space. I haven't really stayed on one ship, in one place, home on a planet for more than a year and a half. We're always moving due to his work and his not work. And he looks a little sad at this next point. I mean, I couldn't go home to my mother no matter how hard I tried or wanted to. My mother was married when she had me, and not to my father.
Not to Doc?
He's never been married before. He doesn't really speak much about her, although he has a photo of her somewhere in his office. I don't know if he still has it out now, but he sure has it somewhere. It's pretty obvious I don't really look much like my father at all. And Felix looks like nothing like the doctor. Like nothing. I actually have a photo because Felix is an old character of mine, so I can drop that in text or voice. I don't know fuck about the doctor, but let's see if I can pull it up. Boop.
He's a sweet, cute boy.
He's a sweet, cute boy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Sweet, cute 25-year-old boy.
Yeah.
Signature asset. Sweet, cute boy.
Honestly. Good looking, adorable, sweet, precious boy who everyone wants to protect. It was a sort of odd relationship between my mother and my father. They got along famously. It's apparently, according to him at least, he had been on that planet for a long, long time. And one thing led to another while her husband was gone for a bit, doing something in the military or being a soldier. I don't really know. And, well, then I was born. And then her husband came back and saw me and saw my dad, and the rest was history. I think my father likes to joke around that there are no less than 7 bounties on his head currently for what he did to my mother, just being with her. So I don't... Goodness, this sounds so depressing now that I say it out loud. I don't really have a place to call home. I never have. I've only really known my father. I don't have friends that I can talk to. I don't have people my age I can really talk to. I just have my father and his, for lack of a better word, shenanigans.
Lynn just kind of nods. Well, I'll just say this. I understand what it feels like not to belong somewhere. And that kind of yearning that comes with it. So, I hope for the time being, maybe we can be friends.
Aw.
It's like, "Huh." I think Felix like full stops on the road and just kind of like looks at you, just kind of a little bewildered. Do you mean that? Like, truly?
I've learned to say only about what I mean and not a whole lot else. So, yeah. Yeah, I do. I think there's a lot in common between us.
My boys.
I think he
Boys.
just starts, like, has a really big smile on his face. Like, there's, like, a
Oh,
little,
God.
like, his eyes are a little wet, like, teary, but not actually, like, full on crying. He looks excited. He's usually pretty kind of, like, quiet and shy and, like, withdrawn, but he looks genuinely excited. I would love that. I think you're really, really cool. I would love that. like they're both like screaming internally.
Oh, friendship.
I don't think Lynn has any idea how to react to I think you're cool. So he just kind of like rubs the back of his head like thanks.
I know. Haha.
So I want you both to add friends assets.
Aw.
Friends.
To your bit.
Yes.
We only have
All right,
a thing
fine.
for Lynn right now.
Time
So,
to finally
friends
make a sheet for Felix.
With
Man, you're juggling 2 full characters at this point. Just
Hell
kind of
yeah.
Honestly, at this point, we should probably just make a real, actual full character sheet for Felix.
I'm going to.
You're going
it's
to?
gonna be like
If you
all
want to.
shit. Yeah, it's gonna be like all D4s and probably like 6s for like the main things, not 8s.
I mean, we can make Felix a whole character if you want.
If you're okay with that, I would
Yeah,
love to work.
I would be super fine with that.
You can give him some like
Perfect.
more mundane stuff if you really want
Yeah.
to.
It's
But
the-
it'll
like,
kind of be packaged.
The
in.
biggest things are like drive and shoot.
Yeah.
And I'll figure something else out.
The boy has a driver's license. That's his...
Listen,
We can
I have a story for both of those.
Funny.
we can pull the base attributes down to 6 if we want to underpower him a little bit.
I
we
mean,
have a normal
we'll
boy.
see. We'll see. We can workshop this after if you're up to
Yeah,
it,
that
maybe,
seems fine.
depending. So, yeah, we have time. We're good. I'm just gonna make a little thing for Felix then and
absolutely.
complications and assets for him.
Go for it.
So, I will mute myself in the meantime while doing that.
So, Lynn, you're on the road where this happened, right? You two have been walking for a while. So it's gone from like paved road to dirt road at this point. And it's like it's flat properly. But it is also like wide open. So, you're far enough out that you've hit rice field again. And the distance between the road and the rice field, and you can see the northern jungle out in the distance. There's probably a good 500-600 feet between the road and the jungle. And the space between that is just like flat, fully exposed clearing. Oh, not flat, fully exposed, flat, exposed rice field.
Can I just do like can I search the area and see if I see anything?
Yeah.
Kind of like any signs of car
Go
tracks or
ahead
stuff?
And do you have survival skills? What's your best kind of investigate week-old crime scene skills? Do you have?
I've got notice. Would probably
You
be
can
my
make a case
best.
for notice.
Because my survival is a D4.
Mhm.
So I think think noticing something very like particular.
Sure thing. Yeah, go ahead for I think mental too makes sense here.
All right. Notice.
Did you do a lot of tracking when you were a street samurai?
I think I've done a small amount of it, enough to like know the basics of how to go about it.
Okay. Then I'll give you your 8 for street samurai too.
Oh, hell yeah.
As for difficulty, so this is a
Can I give-
week-old crime scene.
Yeah. Can I give like a bonus d6 for Felix helping?
Yeah.
Maybe?
Definitely.
Hell yeah.
So this is a
He's
week-old
definitely
crime
going to help
scene
now.
with a vehicle you don't know, with people you haven't seen in a location you're not entirely certain of. So damage die on this is going to be a d12, or not damage. Difficulty die is going to be a d12.
Yeah.
I'm going to give like a d8 for the fact that this is a dirt road, so it gets like reset and reconfigured quite a lot. This is a very fluid landscape, meaning noticing any kind of lasting change on that scale is gonna be pretty difficult. Yeah, I think I'll just roll that. Well, actually, I'm gonna add another d8 for undisclosed reasons.
For the watchers in the wood.
I'm not saying it's not that.
Crusher just suddenly appears.
If Crusher appeared, I'd shit my pants.
Okay.
Bursts out of like
So
waters of
Is
the
this
rice
winnable?
It's winnable. Did we lose?
Because that is
No.
a thinking face.
give me a moment. I needed to check what I can do with plot points. Because notably, I do not have big damn hero dice.
Your boy's got a couple.
Yeah. Yeah, alright. So I rolled an opportunity,
Okay.
and I set the stakes at 7.
Oh,
Nice.
all right.
Now you can choose to fail. Remember, we established this last session.
You did, yeah. However, I rolled a 7 plus 3 5s, so
Oh,
I think
that'd
I'm
be
going
plus
to
one
choose
five.
to succeed.
Remember, you
Well,
only get to
I'm-
keep 2 dice.
No, I know. I'm just letting you know what all of my dice
Okay,
are. Though.
you're just flexing. I see. Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Technically, it's 5 more than the stakes.
Yeah, it
Oh,
sure
is it?
is, isn't it?
Technically, that's
Oh,
technically is.
So you
Give
get
me
it.
that big damn hero dice.
Yeah. So according to the rules as written, you get a D12 big damn hero die.
Oh, wow. Okay. Hell yeah.
So that's cool.
We just become time gods and just see the crime scene happen before us.
Yeah. Through
Well,
the power of friendship.
all right,
Watson
so
and Watson.
I think what's made very immediately obvious is there is no way 4 people snuck up on a vehicle on this road without them noticing first. Like, just no chance. And like, it's not super likely that like it's yeah, that like, if that is what happened, they either needed some kind of extremely advanced technology for backwoods looters, or something else happened. You do also recall, also relevant to note, is something the sheriff didn't mention but is relevant on the wanted poster, is the charges up against the
Murder,
the accused
right?
is murder and robbery.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit.
So in addition to there being in addition to that, you note that would mean, you notice that would mean that there would be no witnesses.
But they do have the dash cam footage.
Right.
So they say. I'm gonna turn to Felix, and just be like, something just doesn't feel right about this situation. And he kind of like looks around at the field and kind of like goes over what exactly he's thinking with you, which is basically just what we were told. It's like, yeah, something. I almost want to go back to the sheriff, but I don't know if that's gonna yield us any information. Yeah.
And it doesn't look like there's like any traps set on the road. Like if we can see the tires or whatnot, like it's just looks pretty straight.
Yeah. And again, it's a week old too, so like there are treads, but like it's just it's standard transportation. It doesn't look like there's any disturbances in the road that you can see.
Well, yeah, and if you're gonna sneak up on somebody, you'd expect that the car would be toppled, maybe, and that there'd be a whole bunch of like tire tracks in the grass, because that doesn't go away right away. Like that's gonna be there for a bit.
I think what Felix is looking for specifically is like blood. If it was like the charge of murder,
well, that would be harder to find.
Like specifically, if there's like any dried blood, like.
There just wouldn't be anything left behind at that point.
No.
Not after a week.
Okay.
Yeah, especially if there's like nothing in the ground for us to even see.
Yeah.
Do we know if the car made it to the casino after it was robbed? Or is the entire car gone?
You don't have the details on that.
That might be
I doubt we'd be able to get to look at it.
Into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, something feels real wrong here, though. I feel like it's probably high time we meet up with Doc and Cap'n and actually. Fuck Felix. Let's go find Derby and make sure he's not fucking around somewhere he shouldn't be. Smash cut too.
Yeah, I was about to say. So Derby, what are you up to?
All right. So I walked into the mechanic and let's start with the normal stuff. What Derby actually came. He stumbles into the mechanic. I don't know what building, what kind of building mechanic resides in.
It's pretty warehousey. Like it's a shop. Like very first and foremost.
Kind of like the stuff alongside of Belmont.
Yeah, but bigger, because it's for like farming equipment. So it's got like farming equipment and like ships and whole ass vehicles. Like it is a big operation.
All right. So he kind of just stumbles in, struggling to carry the several boxes of the. Let's see what is it called? Fine salvaged electronic.
Yep.
And he's like, "Hey, can I get some help?"
Hey! And like someone like runs over and like grab very quick, like before it ends up toppling over and spilling out all over the ground. Grabs one of the boxes and like sets it down. It's just like, what are you trying to do here, fella?
Oh, hi there. I'm guessing you're the owner of this fine establishment.
No, I just work here. What are you doing?
Oh, I'm just a friendly off-worlder. Nobody no. Name's Derby, by the way. Nice to meet you.
Hey, Derby. What are you doing? What's all this?
Oh, well, this here, like pats the box real hard, like slaps it. Bunch of good old electronics, I'd tell you. Got that me and my buddies found on some old abandoned Alliance mining equipment not too long ago. And I was figuring, I don't know how often you
elaborate on the word found.
Found? Oh, yeah. So there's this junk heap from some combat of we were guessing a raid on some Alliance equipment a long time ago. We just kind of found it floating there upon the floating there around the wreckage. Might have ditched it. Might have ditched it at some point. That's what we found.
Uh-huh. You got any kind of paperwork for this? You got salvage rights? You got
Oh yeah, Captain usually carries them around. This is stuff I was just picking.
So you don't.
Oh no, sir, no, sir. Look where we come from. We don't need papers or whatnot to help each other out.
Right.
You're gonna get us fucking arrested.
All right. So, what are you looking to sell? Are you looking for help?
I'm looking
need
for
help.
Oh no, I'm just looking to see if I can exchange a couple parts per se. There's some stuff on our ship we don't really have, and I was thinking maybe you have some of it, maybe we have some of what you would want, that kind of thing.
So you're looking for something of a trade. We do trade-ins on ships occasionally. You know what? Let me get. Hey, is Ted back there? And like, there's this kind of like classic mechanic, jumpsuit, grease, wrench, the whole 9 yards. Comes over. He's got like mirror shades, like aviators. And like a thick black mustache. Comes over and is just like, all right, and like Ted and Matthews talk a little bit, and Ted's just like, all right, well, we got some parts that we could use. I don't know if you're gonna have them and all that though, and I'm not sure how much I like taking this off your hands, considering you ain't got the rights to it. May or may not have the rights to it anyway.
Pal, are people gonna here's the way I ask. Are people really gonna go around looking through hoods to check if they're through people's hoods and farming equipment to see if their if their ignition starter has the right serial number on it? Because I sure as hell don't. No mechanic I know sure as hell does.
That's fair, but look, we'd have to do that with these parts, because they ain't exactly organized or cataloged or nothing. What you are presenting me with is a job. And I hate to break it to you, I don't need more chores around here right now. If you can make a compelling argument, I suppose, for the value, or take out what you think we can use, then maybe. But
Derby who would probably know where some of the would already probably know some of the usefulness of the parts when it comes to vehicles and whatnot. Do you think?
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So we got
Are
some.
you gonna take the time to like sort it for them?
Sort of. How long do you think that would take? How big of an ordeal?
Better part of a day.
It's probably already been like an hour or so since.
Yeah, he's just like, if you want to take this, parcel it out across all its components, then sure, we can do trade, but I'm not taking it as is. You can also settle this with dice if you would like to. But right now, given the argument, given the points you have provided, that's where he is.
I'd like to settle dice.
All right, hell yeah, and you can add your D6 find salvage to that.
All right.
Find salvaged electronics. So, how are you going about this? Are you trying to like convince? So I think there's a couple ways. Is you can like try to like socially like persuade him to see your end of things, or you can like have some kind of show of like, no, really, you want this like mechanical like prowess, and be like, oh, that thing you're working on right there, you know what could fix your problem? This, and like pull out the exact component or whatever.
That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to go for the play to the more mechanical. Derby's not a salesman. He's he's just trying to use his know-how to.
Or you can try and just like do enough work for them that they're convinced. Like, I think you could roll labor with this to just like just be like, well, you've made yourself useful enough that we'll do business.
So there are three. You get essentially you're giving.
You tell me what you want to be doing.
What essentially Derby is trying to do is again, kind of like you said, pulling out the right part, and showing, look, this here, I know you have use. The machines here could use a piece like this, and I'm sure you have a couple pieces that I could use. And I feel I'm not here looking for a sale. I'm here looking for a friendly.
Yeah. All right. So I'll set. So I think basically I'm going to be rolling social stakes, and you're going to be rolling mechanical benefits. So I'm going to set stakes with D10 for difficulty, because you're an outlander coming in unlicensed with a whole box of parts.
Okay.
So D10 for difficulty, D6 for social, and D8 for mechanic, because it's his job. So he knows as much as you do, effectively. So for you, I'd say mental, then probably craft. Either craft or fix.
Either will work.
And then absolutely giving you scavenger. Because that just makes sense.
How about work everywhere? Like, he would know.
Yeah, I'll give you that too. Plus your D6 asset for the fine salvage parts. So I will be setting the stakes at. I rolled a 1, so you got an opportunity. And stakes are set at 13.
The D, one for salvager, one for mental. And then poof. Have one for worked everywhere. One for box part. And yeah, I think that's it. So I can use a plot point to add another one of my die, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So I like to. So if I add another one of my die, that would get a 5th.
A 15?
Oh wait, no, sorry. That's a 7.
17's good. 17's more than 13.
Yeah.
So yeah, you succeed. I think. How about you describe to me how Derby does this?
Look,
Derby.
Derby leans in and says, "Look, you don't look like the kind of folk to want to be bothered by the nonsense that is the bureaucracy, the alliance. I can tell from looking through you. I know. Look, I've worked this place before. Now tell me, do you like bureaucracy?
I do not like bureaucracy. You got me there.
And honestly, the alliance, I don't see a lot of them out here. And alliances, this sure ain't a bunch of places, border checkpoints and whatnot, and they're not going to go through your hood, check for the serial numbers and whatnot. This is a place of honest, hard-working folk. And look, I got here, pulls out essentially essentially what would be, I'm just gonna say a large battery. It says,
Yeah.
this kind of thing, look, the people kind of here, I'm sure you could use more of this stuff. I doubt the Alliance give you much as far as, and I'm sure you got a few bits of my ship, which is constant Fritz, could also, I'm not saying we're doing business or business like two of them rich folk up in there sitting in their big old tower saying, I'll give this million credits for this credit. We're just people exchanging the good things we have, right? Helping
Yeah,
each
all
other
right.
out.
I got you. Tell you what, you set those down over there. We'll get someone to them eventually. We got our stockpiles in the back. Take what you want, and then we'll decide whether it's an honest deal.
All right. Thank you very much. Derby
Awesome.
puts his big old hand.
Yep. Big old handshake.
Yeah.
Yeah, so go ahead and take off your asset. Find salvage or electronics, and go ahead and replace it with a D8 asset, just the right part.
And I guess I'll be picking that up later.
Yeah, you can bring it back with you. You can get what you want, but I figured this is kind of a nebulous asset for whenever you need just the right part.
Okay, yeah. So Derby, at that point, gonna walk out into the street, say his goodbyes, like I'll come back and talk. And at that point, if you wouldn't, may I hear something I'm not supposed to hear or stumble into something I'm not supposed to?
Absolutely. So go ahead and take a plot point.
Amazing.
So Lynn and Felix, you see you're walking towards the main square, right? And you see Derby. So there's a couple folks look like they might be fixing to have a tussle. Who are kind of shouting at each other, being kind of angry like. Not real excited about being in each other's presence. They're specifically shouting about they just came out of the Lion's Rest, and it sounds like they're arguing over the outcome of a card game. There are some unkind words being slung back and forth. And one of them seems to look like they're starting to reach for a pistol, and then Derby just like bumps into both of them, literally physically.
Well, Derby just says, "Oh, sorry, fellas."
Hey, you got a problem with what's going on here?
Yeah. Well, I'm not, no, sir. Just going out, going out of this building right here. No problem at all. I'm just moseying on over here.
Yeah, you mosey on.
Mosey a little faster, why don't you?
And Derby just kind of goes to move, but then he accidentally drops something heavy. And like, I want to say on one of their...
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, sure.
Like, oh.
Felix's head is in his hands right now.
That's too harsh. I was gonna say take a D6 complication public disgrace, but I think that's a little harsh wording.
Yeah.
Maybe like so D6 made the fool. Because like so the two in the middle of town were already like. So this is part of the reason people love sitting on their porches in this town, is because stuff happens and it's entertaining to watch. What that also means is they were already watching when you just like got in the middle of this.
Can I please propose a different name for it?
Sure.
Clown About Town?
Clown About Town. Absolutely. All right, so we've lost a player. That's fine. clown about town.
That was terrible. Oh.
You have made something of a fool of yourself. Yeah, and Felix and Lynn, you just see this happen right in front of you.
Oh, I'm not about to jump in. If they were about to draw guns, I was gonna step in. But if they're just gonna let them go, then I'm just gonna.
No, they look like they like. I think it actually like breaks some of the tension between them. They just kind of like growl at each other and go their separate ways after that. But an unfortunate happenstance, to be sure.
Derby just kind of scrambles to pick his up. Oh. Oh, hey, yo. Just sees you over there in the distance and gives a big old wave.
And then looks the other way pointedly. I don't see Derby anywhere. Do you, Felix?
I don't even know who that is.
Oh,
Just walk away.
harsh beans.
Derby's
Alright.
gonna be following you though.
Yeah, we'll actually like meet up with you.
Yeah, if y'all want to like, yeah. So Cap and Doc, are you still in the casino, or you're headed back toward town center? Because you could just all meet up in middle of town.
Yeah, because
That's fine with Doc.
I figure we're
honestly.
headed towards the casino, the three of us.
You just kind of run into each other. It's like, oh hey, what's up?
Is that what we're doing then? Meeting up in the center of town?
If
Oh,
that's what
sure.
you want to do.
All right. Well, what did y'all kind of get from the casino? I got confusing information from the sheriff.
Aw. Carolina as a player remembers nothing. What did I get?
You found out that the sheriff's getting paid off.
I
by the casino.
deadass don't remember. Oh, right. Yeah. I'll drop that bit. Thank you. Just drop it in character.
Yeah.
Which is probably sheriff's a bitch. He's taking money. I really wish I could use deep cut my thing and get a plot point for just roasting the sheriff, but he's not even there.
I mean, we could take a walk really quick.
Doc would, but he also
Sheriff,
doesn't
I
want
got
get
something to say to
arrested.
you.
Oh, dude, he would tear into him.
Jeez.
Oh,
I wonder if that's kind of what's going on then, because the sheriff was not the most forthcoming with information. Like, we know that there's 4 individuals total, one of them being this Bobby Thornton. But I do still want to say Billy Hill, yes.
every time you say Billy Hill, Felix is just behind. It's just like, up Thornton.
Yeah.
Billy Hill's a different bounty. You saw on the front sign.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we not going after that one then? Damn it.
I was just wanted dead. For one.
But it seems to me like the sheriff isn't given the full truth. We weren't allowed to see the dash cam, footage from the vehicle that was supposedly hit. The area in which it was hit didn't seem to be terribly disturbed for something like this to go down. And the guy's wanted for murder. I mean, we didn't check and see if the murder was the same night or the same day that he attacked the cargo, but I would assume.
I could do something, maybe. Wait, possibly.
What's up?
I can maybe pull the doctor card and be like, all right, I can do an autopsy to see how he died. That could help us out a bit. If they have the body in like a morgue or something, I could pull the doctor card.
It's been a week, so hopefully the body's still good.
Howdy, yeah, fucking.
Doc's done worse.
And assuming they let
I think that might be.
domestic other doc without a medical license do an autopsy on a body. they
Hey,
have no
it
right
doesn't have to
access.
be a fresh license. He has one. Just not currently
If that's what you
know.
want to try to do, by all means.
Just use a little whiteout to like.
I think
make
it'd
the
be
paint smash better.
I think it'd be
I
really.
think it'd be. I kind of want to try to do it and like flex my like treat knowledge, because I'm again one of the best in the universe. I just don't happen to be currently licensed. That could give us a little more insight.
Are you just fucking house? Are you house MD?
Except I'm not currently. I'm technically. Yes, but no.
House, but without the MD bit.
Yeah,
Exactly.
House light.
House with ads. The free
So,
You gotta pray
yeah.
for the premium
I think
version.
it could. I think I could probably get, or well, I think I could probably get an in that way. See if we can get a little more information while you probe him a bit more.
Yeah, I'm not. I have no qualms with talking to the sheriff again. I don't think he's gonna want to, but I have no problems trying.
I could also, theoretically, if he is taking bribes from the casino, I could possibly toss in one of these, and he'll like kind of fiddle with one of his many like big expensive rings on his fingers. It's worked before in the past. A man of many talents. What can I say?
Did y'all talk to Veronica by chance?
No,
Fuck, we were gonna do that, weren't we?
well, I was planning on it. Thing is, seems like it's not exactly like you can just broach this whole thing with somebody out of the blue. We're probably gonna have to try and get in her good graces first.
I send Felix alone to do so.
Go
Good
ahead.
boy, good face. Excuse me, ma'am, I'd like to ask about the robbery.
Oh no, she'd eat that boy alive. I have a feeling.
I mean, if you don't want to go talk to her, I will.
I want to go talk to her. We just haven't gotten to it yet.
You were at the casino, Captain. Like what?
Listen, she was only there for a dang moment.
I can attest to this.
Okay, so she dipped. All right.
We'll have to go back and see if we can arrange some kind of, crossing of paths.
I would like to do that because I don't think I'm getting it straight from the sheriff. And if he's in her pocket, then maybe we can glean some better information from her.
That's what I'm thinking. So are you volunteering, Lynn? Are you like itching to take this task on, or
At this point, I feel like I'm solving a mystery instead of collecting a bounty, and that's honestly far more interesting to me anyways.
fancy yourself a detective, huh? All right.
No, I'm probably pretty shit at it, but
I mean, if you want backup or something, or like, I don't know. I've been told I got an ounce of charisma. I mean, I own a damn ship. It's kind of, a whole thing.
I'm not gonna say, like, I have no say whether or not you come with me. I would just like to do that.
Well, then let's go.
Perfect.
Anyone
Alright.
else following along?
I mean, if you need an extra hand, I can join. I don't know how much use I'd be, unfortunately.
Eh.
Otherwise,
The more
Doc
the
is just
merrier.
gonna grab him if
Oh,
he's not
yeah,
getting
oh,
taken.
alright. It's up to y'all. Looks like your old pop has got something in mind.
Yeah, it's up to you.
Felix just kind of looks to Doc and then just kind of looks to the group and is gonna like scuttle forward to Cap and Lynn.
Yes. Disobey your father.
It's if that's like a thing that's actually said, you get like the dirtiest look from Doc.
No, I wouldn't actually say it. I just feel it in my bones.
Hell yeah, a rebel. Let's go.
All right, so Doc and Derby are gonna try and do some powerful social
All right,
engineering.
buddy.
Yeah.
We got this.
And the rest
Don't
of the squad
fuck it
is
up
headed
for
to the
me.
casino.
I'll
Don't
try.
fuck this up.
Oh,
So-
people love have a magnetic personality. Doc, clap on the.
Doc wants to
Let's-
die.
Let's head to the casino first.
Cool.
So a samurai, a captain, and a 25-year-old boy walk into a bar.
Boy.
And a twink.
And boy. Stop. God.
I can't think of a better like tagline for him at the moment.
An anime friendo.
Sun boy with gun.
Boy with a gun.
Sun boy
Gun
with
boy.
gun.
Some boy.
Yeah, so you head back into the casino. Yeah, it is as it was before. Veronica's still walking the floor with her entourage. Just like walking around, checking up on folks, talking to people. It's later in the evening, so it's filled up a little bit more than it would have otherwise. Doesn't look like there's a show tonight, so it's not like packed or anything.
I'll just kind of point her out as she like goes along and be like, almost more uncertain that's the one.
But she has an entourage.
Yeah, it kind of makes things difficult, and Saul just kind of like glances down at their own appearance and is just like, she might be a mite out of my league. Not gonna lie.
I really want to do this, but I don't want to get Felix kicked.
Do it.
Everybody.
I really just want Felix to just walk straight up to her.
Oh god. It's such a terrible idea.
Like
Please.
can if you want
straight
to.
to her.
Do it.
Do it.
Such a reckless, dumb thing to do, and I'm absolutely behind it.
I just think like he wants to prove himself. I think at this point to Captain and Lynn, and he gains like this courage, almost this
Oh,
bravery to
no.
just do this.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
You
Now
see
I
Lynn
totally
just kind of like
expect them to
reach
just-
out.
Yeah, no, like you start like Felix passes and the captain's just like, holy shit, that kid's gonna shoot his shot. What the fuck?
Wait.
So
He's just gonna like try walking straight up.
So Felix closes in, and pretty quickly, both of Veronica's like security kind of like
Oh god.
close, like stiffen. Not like closed ranks, like they don't form a wall, but they've both got their attention. Like Felix has both of their attention, and then Veronica very like, not carelessly is not the word I'm looking for. Without
Fluid.
concern, just like turns to see what's got their attention and sees Felix and just like gives this like disarming smile. As she's definitely taller than him.
Felix
at
is
him.
6'1".
No, she's tall. She's got heels.
She's tall. Ooh,
Yeah.
okay.
Like I'm gonna say
Fucking
like
queen. Let's go.
6'2" without heels,
Ah.
like 6'5"
Gotcha.
with them.
Okay.
A queen.
And
She's
she's
A full fucking foot taller than
Fucking Amazon.
Lynn is. Holy shit.
she looks at him, and is just like, you need something.
Actually, yes, I was wondering if I could take just a moment of your time to speak with you.
You've got it.
Cool. Awesome. Thank you. I'm Felix, by the way. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Sorry, are you a, what's your deal here, Felix?
I'm actually doing a report, funny enough, on the everyone's camera just froze. That means great things for me.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, your camera kind of.
Can we hear
Yep.
me?
We can
I can
hear
hear
you.
you.
Okay, cool. I'm doing a report on the robbery, actually, and I wanted to get a statement from you, if at all possible.
If you're looking for a statement, I've already given mine to the sheriffs. A report? Are you in school?
I'm a studying journalist, actually. Yes.
Cool. If you want her to believe that, you're definitely gonna have to roll something.
I can try.
Do it!
I'm definitely going to try. I don't have stats for my boy.
Can we get
So,
Is he like, he's gonna try and like totally like ham this up. He has like a little like notepad and pencil already out and at the ready.
okay. Are you making that an asset?
Can I make that an asset?
Yeah, if you want to spend do you have any plot points?
We all start with.
Would I get
Right.
one for Felix?
Um,
Oh yeah,
This is
'cause
up to
Felix
you.
would have his own plot points now.
This is up to you.
Maybe Doc and
plot
share
points
plot-
aren't tracked per character, they're tracked per player, but the
Per
rules are
player.
definitely not made to have anyone
playing two
player
characters.
play more than one character.
Mm-hmm. I did totally
Um,
throw that at you.
I'll let you do it if you take a complication.
Okay. I'll do that.
Cool. Take
So
a
it's a
D6 complication green around the gills.
Okay, for Felix?
Yeah. So I'm gonna get to roll that. So then against D8 for Veronica's social. D8 for smooth talker.
Jeez. Okay.
Notice, I guess? Or focus. Both are 8s, so it doesn't super matter. And then I'm just gonna throw up a D10 for difficulty because
Okay.
you are very much trying. You are directly lying to
I'm
her
just
on her
getting
home
there.
turf
Yeah.
with her security
Yeah.
guards for support.
Caroline, when you roll, does it make sense to say that friends with Lynn would be an addition, since that's one of the reasons why you are so brave to do this thing in the first place?
I'll give you that.
Perfect.
Okay, so stakes are 16. Roll
That
double
is-
8s.
Ooh-wee.
That is impossible.
I don't think there's any way I can beat that. There's physically no
You're
way.
very
I can
out of
beat
plot points.
that. Yeah.
Well,
Like, I physically can't beat that.
I want to see
I'll
if you get
roll
ones
it.
though.
Yeah, I'll roll it. I did sure roll a 1.
Hey,
Oh,
so you get a
no.
plot point.
I do. There's, even with what I rolled shit. So there's no way I can beat it.
Okay.
I will give Felix a singular plot point.
Poor baby.
He's trying his hardest. He was so brave, and it just totally didn't work. This is why he's a
Look.
loner.
Right.
So, Veronica keeps the smile up,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of looks around for a sec, and kind of like, leans in a little bit closer so that only the two of you can hear.
Mhm.
And she just goes, "Now, you tell me why you're lying to me, and if you do it again, I'll have you thrown out."
Okay. I think he's sweating a little bit.
Go ahead
For
and
sure.
take. So you had one. You had
I had
you
a
rolled
singular
1-1,
one.
right?
Yes.
Go ahead and take a D8 complication suspicious.
Okay. That's fair, totally fair.
Jesus.
How is he gonna do this?
Say
I think the first thing he does is apologize and say, I'm honestly just looking to help with the bounty out for the robbery on the truck. And not all the intel seemed to add up. And I just simply wish to get your opinion on the matter. It would help us greatly to return the missing troops.
That's awful studious of you, but if you need help with that, you can go talk to the sheriff. I got a business to run. Keeps the smile up the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
I want to jump in so bad.
I don't...
Go ninja, go ninja.
I'm gonna get
go.
thrown out if I say anything, though. Oh, I don't want him to be an asshole and get thrown out, because then he's gonna spend a night in jail. But I kind of want Felix to be brave.
brave. Be brave.
I mean, you got backup.
I'm literally
you got...
gonna get... I can't... Oh, shit.
The sheriff won't help us. The sheriff's paid off.
Exactly, and I want to bring that up. And just kind of like as like a snarky response. It 100% will get me thrown out.
Or would it?
But I think it would be so cool.
I'd say
Fuck it, he's feeling ballsy. He's feeling ballsy today. He's gotten all the courage. He made a friend. He's gonna go for it. And just... I think still in like that hushed tone he's holding with her, he kind of gives like a smile back and just kind of a nod. Is that why you're paying him off as you do?
Good. All right. So, and she just turns around and gestures to one of the guards and then towards the door. And they immediately close in and is just like, are you going to walk out or are we going to walk you out?
Cap, I'm going to leave him to you.
Yeah, I'm wondering if I should go collect my ward. This is getting pretty dicey.
Lynn splits off to the bar.
I think Captain...
Felix like is pointedly avoiding looking at either of you. I think he's smart enough to not get either of you involved.
Are you walking out or are you being walked out?
I think he's gonna walk himself out. He's just gonna kind of look at Veronica and the guards and just kind of like nod his head, "Good day now," and just walk himself out.
I think the captain will follow from a slight distance just to make sure that he's not spotted with you. And then as soon as like we're outside, I'm like, "What was that? What was that? What'd she say?"
Felix is trying not to have a panic attack right now.
No, hold on, kid. It's all right. You're all right. Everything's all right as far as I can tell. What'd she say?
She's not gonna be any help at all. Like at all.
Oh shoot.
A, she's really smart. B, when I told her the semi-truth, she just said go to the sheriff for any questions. And I know I shouldn't have said anything out of turn, and I did anyways. I don't know what came over me, and I kind of...
Listen, kid, that wasn't nothing. I mean, you found out she's uncooperative. That's something.
Did I mess up, Captain?
No. Yeah.
Stop nodding your head, Cole.
Yeah.
This boy is dying on the inside.
Listen, kid, you're not. It's not. You're not some kind of gumshoe or whatever. You're just good old Felix. So like, don't you worry none about putting on any performance, or you did your best.
Was that helpful, at least?
Oh, sure.
You can totally be lying to him, and he's gonna believe it. It's not like auto fail for that. He's gonna believe it at this point. He needs the reassurance.
You done good, kid. You're making yourself real useful here. Why don't you I don't know. I don't think they're gonna let you back in. You might just want to kind of.
I don't think so.
Hang out around town or return to the ship or. Yeah.
I can do that.
Did we lock the ship?
I'll return to the ship. I think Felix can get in.
Felix has like permissions or something. I don't know.
Ada knows Felix.
He and Ada have spent a lot of time probably talking when everyone's on their misadventures.
They run through the Ada's chess program very frequently.
Yeah.
Ada's not very good at it.
Yeah. So why don't you go relax, go chill out. This is getting a little bit too tangled up for my tastes, but.
Oh, okay. Sorry again for stepping out of bounds.
No, you're all right, kid. You stepped up to the plate and you fucking batted. That's for sure.
Was I at least kind of cool? Did I look kind of cool?
Not gonna lie, I was pretty fucking gobsmacked when you just walked right up to the bitch.
Felix was kind of nodding, like, yeah, I was cool, wasn't I? And he just kind of like, every bit of anxiety just drops. He like kind of stands up a little straighter. He's like, yeah, I was cool, wasn't I? Well, good luck, Captain. And he's just gonna walk off. He has like a big saunter in his step. He feels like so powerful right now.
Oh my god.
And he's just gonna go wait at the ship. He's done his bit. He's good.
Captain's gonna go back inside and find Lynn at the bar. Be like, well, probably could have gone a little more smoothly, but here's what we know at this point. She's not cooperative, that's for sure.
That was made very apparent.
She is apparently not very interested in talking about the subject just right off the rip. But of course, that was coming from some kid wanting to, I don't even know what, but we could try. We could try and see if she'll open up a little more, maybe with a little more ply and a little more tact.
Well, I figure instead of walking up straight to her, we find someone here who can say that somebody is here to see her about an urgent matter, and see if she's willing to meet us that way. Somewhere not maybe on the floor of a casino.
Well, I did learn from a local that there are performances if we want to play the long game. There are matinees every, I think they said, Saturday, and live performances from the talent every Wednesdays. I imagine she would be in attendance those days, not just walking the floor, but, actually enjoying the, festivities. Maybe we can figure something out.
Are you suggesting that we are the performers?
Oh, hell no.
Oh, thank God.
Well,
Oh,
okay.
thank
You say
fucking
that.
No, you said no. So let's stick with that and not do anything way outside of our ken, okay?
I mean, I got a guitar. I ain't half bad at it either.
God. I'm
Just saying.
I'm not gonna let myself get roped into
I'm
a
not-
performance.
I'm not saying you have to do nothing. Not unless you wanted to, but obviously that's not the case. I'm trying to leave our options open. Let's see. Well, let's mull it over. Let's see what the rest of everybody else thinks, because that might be a bit of a, well, it would take time for one thing. And I don't know how much more time we want to be spending on this little planet.
Not very much, to be honest. This shouldn't have taken so long, but I feel like we're just getting jerked around. I'd like to complete the task, but I'm not even sure what the task is anymore. It doesn't seem like it's as simple as...
I'm getting the feeling we're being lied to, is what I'm feeling.
Yeah. That's why I'd rather just talk to her tonight and just figure out what's going on. Get her somewhere private. She wants to sick some goons on us. I mean, that's her prerogative.
Are you talking about... Hold on, let me get this straight. You want to corner this lady?
I don't want to corner her. I'm just saying I want to talk to her. And if she decides she wants to be uncooperative...
What? What then?
We have a stronger conversation.
Yeah. All right.
One that might involve me choke slamming a guard to the ground. I mean, it doesn't, just the normal, right?
Or maybe the right.
What'd you say, Derby?
Yeah, I didn't hear that.
The right situation will present itself.
Gosh.
Yeah, I mean, if we approach it as in, we want to have a conversation instead of let's approach you out of the blue, maybe it'll go a little bit better. That's all I'm trying to say. And if not, then maybe we get a little bit more hands-on in our approach.
Lynn, your normal scares the hell out of me.
I'm not saying like let's kill a bunch of people. That's not what I'm trying to say here. I'm just saying if she decides she wants to eject us, we politely say no.
Oh shoot. I hate burning bridges. Yeah, alright. So we go through with this. How we want to do this?
Well, we find somebody who can set up a meeting with her tonight. And then we just go and we have an honest conversation about what we know and that we don't appreciate getting tugged around and wanting us to just know the truth.
All right. How about this? You go one way, I go the other. We chat up whoever seems worth chatting up, and then go from there.
Sure.
I have a feeling you'll be well, a bit more popular. Let's just say that.
Hopefully popular enough to get us a 5-minute, 10-minute meeting.
All right. Let's see. Is there anyone in this place other than like the staff who looks even just the littlest bit more upper crust?
So, yes. There are definitely like, there's probably like one or two people who look like they're more from like near central than near the border, and then the border planets. But using the term upper crust, meaning well mannered, would not describe them. Because they are easily more the most the loudest and raunchiest. also the one spending the most money. If you're looking for like yeah, I mean if you're looking for like anyone who isn't staff who would like potentially know Veronica personally, that'd be a hard sell. Just trying to find them, B, them existing. At least in this space. Like you'd probably have a hard time finding them on the main casino floor.
So are there's like more floors? Like is
So
there like
you're in the bulk of what the building is, which is the primary casino. There are also private lounges and a VIP area. It's also just like attached to a hotel.
Okay. It's probably been a while at this point. Is the one woman I started chatting with still around?
Yeah, but the beer's empty and her stack of chips is low. So she's probably headed out sooner rather than later.
Ooh, okay. I'll go to her real quick. With a couple of chips. And be like, hey, you're still kicking around, huh?
Yep. Probably gonna head back to the old shack soon.
Mind if I get your opinion on something real fast? Just here, like slides a few chips over.
I mean, I was gonna agree anyway, but I suppose if you want to treat me, not gonna say no.
Real big spender over here.
See, you splurged for the 5s instead of the 1s. That's real special.
We chatted real, surface level like about Miss Veronica.
Mm-hmm.
What's it take to get in with her kind of crowd? I mean, like, how does one get into such a fine person's good graces?
Well, easiest way, or the hardest way, depending on how you look at it, is being a big spender.
Shit.
Because, someone comes to the table, spends a lot of money, then someone's gonna, she's gonna make sure they're well taken care of. Other way, be a regular. She talks to the folks who keep coming back, because, there's dry spells, and we keep this place running.
I see.
Outside that, she's got an interest in the folks around. Just don't be respectful, if you know what I mean. Not don't be respectful. Don't make a mess of yourself.
I see. Follow-up question. Big spender. What is the mark of a big spender around these parts?
Well, dollar player, definitely. Dollar. I don't know how big you are into the gambling locales. $100 chips is your regular spending mark. You see the stacks, the black ones with the gold trim?
Mm-hmm.
Start throwing those down on the table, someone's gonna notice.
Oh, hell. Yeah, I could see how that would start getting somebody's attention.
Yeah, I don't touch it that high stakes. I got rent.
Yeah, sounds about right. Oh.
Can't imagine having that much to just lose, because remember, never gamble with what you can't afford to lose.
Oh.
How much did we get from that salvage pile again?
Only a few hundred
Few hundred.
each, I think. Yeah.
Not each.
Or no,
Few
yeah,
hundred
it
total.
was. But how did we split that? That was like,
You didn't really say.
no.
We haven't gotten.
You don't have to get down to like hard numbers.
Okay.
If you wanted to, like, you can afford, and by afford I mean you have the money in your accounts probably
Yeah.
to be able to pay for a stack of $100 chips, but that would be like you would be bone dry after that.
Yeah. We would. The payoff would be
How much money was it? How much money was stolen again?
like 2,000 something
2,500.
credits. Yeah.
We
We would be.
run
We
off
would
with
be.
it.
We would be making most like some of that money back, but I do not want to get on fucking Sean's bad side or whatever the fuck. Shoot, this is turning into a real ordeal. You know what? Thank you so much for your time today. What's your name?
Oh, Cass.
Cass. You know, you've been mighty helpful to a stranger.
I mean,
Thanks.
Look, if you can't be friendly here, where can you be, right?
You know,
If
I guess
there
you're
is a
right.
place to be friendly to complete strangers who are spending money nearby. Look, you know, can all be losers together.
you know what? If things pan out over the next 72 hours or so, let's plan on getting a beer together.
I'd be down.
All right, and Solus is just gonna try go back to wherever Lynn is.
Well, I think during that time I would have been scoping out,
Right.
like upper management that's up on the floor.
Yeah. So there's definitely a clear hierarchy. It's actually like literally visually denoted.
Yeah.
So
that makes
like
sense.
your dealers and floor attendants are in the like black vest, white shirt, and then you've got some people like watching the floor. I found out in real casinos they're literally just called bosses, like pit bosses. That is the job title of these people.
Pit boss. Holy shit.
Because it's
That's
the pit. And they're keeping an eye on everything basically. And
Yeah.
they've got like this like velvet red vest.
Nice.
They also they I wouldn't say they have entourages, but they're very rarely alone. They generally also have like a floor attendant with them.
Okay. Would I also know by chance,
Mm-hmm.
and I might have to roll for this as well, do I know if there's any potential Yakuza ties here?
Potential, probably, like definitely. There's
Okay.
there is definitely room for potential. Whether there are any and how strong they are could go either way. You don't really know. They've got their fingers in a lot of pies, and you're not the only Yakuza organization, so
Yeah. Oh boy, I don't know if I
it's
know
not
if I
super
as a
likely
player.
you'll get recognized, but like if you start talking ties, then like someone might come up. Something might come up.
Yeah. I don't know if
You
I as a
start
player
name
would be able
dropping.
to navigate through that particularly well, but I
Well,
do
as-
want to see. So
As you as a you don't have to navigate it through as you as a player. We can navigate through that as you as a character, if you would.
that's true. I would like to walk up to a pit boss though.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they give you the customer service smile.
Perfect.
And are just like, something wrong, sir?
Oh no, nothing's wrong.
Good to hear.
I am kind of in urgent need to have a meeting with Miss Veronica.
Meeting. What about?
It is a delicate matter of urgent import.
That's oddly non-specific there, friend.
Well, unfortunately, I'm not allowed to be much more specific than that.
Can you give me any sort of range of who you are, what this may be about?
Sure. She and I have a mutual friend. What do I want to say here? Give me a second. I've been planning to steal this from Kill Bill for a while, so I'm just going to say a mutual friend of Matsumoto. And
That's
he...
Oh, I will also remind you, collectively, Sean knows Veronica.
That's right. I fucking forgot.
Well,
about
I
that.
super forgot that too. I had that thought like forever ago,
Like,
and then it
he very
completely...
specifically said,
Yeah, he did.
you can go meet with Veronica.
Yeah.
I know.
That went through my head, and it fucking left my head within an hour.
I definitely, y'all wanted to do things your own way. I didn't want to interrupt that, but I just realized y'all might not have.
Please
Remembered
assume,
that?
yeah, please assume that we can't fucking remember a single thing.
Because that's where I thought this was going.
I don't even know where the fucking thorax is. Like, I don't know.
Because I thought you,
gay,
Lynn, we're gonna say that. Because I thought you were just like, oh, well, I can't just call him Shifty Sean. I have to, like, come up with a different name. Yeah, no, like, you have a contact. You have an in with this person already.
Yeah.
Oh my
All right.
god.
Then I'm gonna go with that because I 1,000% forgot about that.
Yeah, no, that I had that thought for literally 2 seconds, and then other shit happened, and I forgot in that time that other shit happened because I'm a fucking like. It's like internet history. Fucking clear the browser history.
Literally just out the other. I'm just like, Felix badass now. I know nothing else.
All right, so let me.
I also like the idea that everyone knows him as Shifty Sean. Like, he doesn't have a full name. It's just Shifty Sean. I think that'd be funny, but
I think that's what I'm gonna call him. So
you can still drop Matsumoto if you want to and see how that goes.
Matsumoto, that's hilarious. That is funny. I like that. But
it's good because he's the one who gets his fucking head cut off. So.
Yeah.
No, I'm gonna use Shifty Sean because that makes a hell of a lot more sense because I just totally forgot.
Yeah, that was
okay.
So we have a mutual friend in he calls himself Shifty Sean, and he said that I would be able to set up a meeting with Veronica per my whim for an important matter.
Well, I'll get this message around. If you'll stick around, can I have a name?
My name is Lynn.
Lynn. All right, thank you. Stay in the area. All right, Lynn?
I'll be at the bar.
Awesome. Yeah, the pit boss, like, writes something down and talks into the ear of their, attendant, and she goes off, specifically towards Veronica. You head to the bar, right?
Yeah, I definitely get a drink.
The attendant talks to Veronica, and Veronica listens and kind of nods, and then, like, walks pointedly toward the bar. Yeah, and like stands kind of in the crowd, just like, Lynn?
I get up and saunter over.
I do believe we need to talk.
Yes, please. Wherever is most convenient for you. That is maybe outside of the noise of this fine establishment you have.
Yeah, I think as
Cries
much.
in FOMO.
Do you want to be there?
I figured Captain would have caught me at the bar.
Oh, yeah, can I just appear?
Yeah.
Can I
Yeah,
just,
I figured you would have just walked over with me.
oh, hey, Lit. Oh. Yeah. Hello.
Hello.
This is my compatriot and the thing that we need to have a discussion about.
Of
So,
course.
as I said, whatever's most convenient for you.
Right, here, come with me. And she and her pair of assistants take you through a door behind the bar into, and kind of down a hall into a green room.
Oh.
Lots of big mirrors, the whole like incandescent light bulb ring, whole deal. It's pretty empty right now. There's a few folks kind of around, but for the most part, it's quiet and it's out of the way and it's private. And so she kind of like checks herself in the mirror quick, and then like leans up against one of the like makeup tables with all these like big like bespeckled costumes on it, and it's just like, all right, so Sean sent you, right?
Yes, he did.
All right, so you're here to find my 2,500 credits and chips.
Yes, we are.
All right.
I'm struggling with this whole issue though, Veronica, because I don't like being jerked around, and I certainly feel like I'm being jerked
On that,
around.
we share a trait. I tell you what.
So I'd like to know what exactly is going on, because if this is just a hit, I mean, I can just go and perform a hit for a little bit more cash money than you are giving.
We really don't care much about Bob, though. God. So, all right, here, give you maybe a better look at the situation, right? So
I would appreciate that. Thank you.
So we send a shipment out to the shuttles to get it off to Greenleaf. Halfway through, our driver is shot. His inventory is stolen. And a day later, sheriff is sure of who it is, right?
Mhm.
Now, we pay the sheriff so that all the stuff we do here, make sure as much money of that as possible goes into our pockets. No need for Alliance skimming off the top or the bottom or wherever they're skimming. Doesn't matter. We don't want them to have any of it. We give them enough to make them happy, but we also give the bookkeep enough to be happy. So
I can appreciate that.
yeah, it's good. So sheriff figures out who it is, but just won't go get him. I don't understand that. He's right there. Has to be right there or nearby, and I don't get that. And again, here's the thing. Sheriff, despite how many talkings to we give him, doesn't seem all too concerned about getting our money back. We could care more or less about some backwoods toting, rifle toting jackass. What we want is our money. That's why we called up Sean to get someone on this, because cops are doing goddamn nothing around here.
Seems to be a theme.
Ain't it always? So, y'all think you can do this? Or, I should hope so, otherwise I guess we're just gonna go burn down some woods.
That shouldn't be necessary.
No, I do like those woods too, they're pretty.
I guess what's confusing me is I had a conversation with the sheriff, and apparently he has some dash cam that he is unwilling to share that should apparently show that this Bob Thornton is the one who took your money. However, I was looking at the area where this supposedly happened, and there's no sign of anything happening there. I mean, if he was shot with a goddamn sniper rifle, because there's 500 yards of grassland before that forest.
Huh.
So that's why I'm a little frustrated, maybe, at the moment. Because somebody's jerking my leg.
I don't appreciate that.
I think everyone involved has been lied to in some way, shape, or form or another.
Huh. Well.
Do you think...
Sheriff didn't give you much?
No, not really. He gave me the rigmarole and sent me on my merry way.
God, I hate that bastard.
Is there, by chance, anything... Would it make sense for, like, the both of us to go? Or some other conversation to be had with him? Or anything? Is there anything that, maybe we could team up and get the information we need from him?
I could try to shake him down, but see, here's the thing with dealing with the law out here. It's a bit of a mutually assured destruction situation.
Mm-hmm.
I think
if we try and pressure him, he calls the feds. If he tries to pressure us, we reveal we've been paying him. So either of us tries to make a move on each other, then we got problems.
It seems as though the sheriff may be having some kind of motivation for obscuring the truth.
That's what I've been thinking, yeah.
Pay him damn well enough to keep his paws off it.
No, we're well underway as far as investigating. I think next step is just taking action.
What might you suggest a third party who has no particular interest in the dealings of, say, a casino owner and a lawman might do about this situation without incriminating either side? Potentially.
I'm sorry, you're gonna have to run that one back. Run that one by me again. Are you asking for yourself? Like what you think I think you should do? Actually doesn't talk like that. You should do.
I'm asking as a third party, that being me and the captain here,
right?
Who are not involved with either the casino or the law.
Mm-hmm.
What might one in that position be able to do to leverage in a way that is not mutually destructive for both forces here?
Right. Well, you could find Bob. See what he
sure
knows, because he's in the middle of this, hadn't been seen in weeks. He's kind of a town nuisance beforehand. Riling up, getting drunk every once in a while. But he's a pain, but he don't seem like the type to shoot someone. At least not someone who didn't shoot him first.
Sounds like a scapegoat enough to me.
Yeah, he's got the.
I agree. Too. But now that he's got the law coming after him, I don't think a band of ruffians heading out his way would be.
Not exactly assuring. No.
Yeah.
Well,
then you're likely to get a gun pointed at you. Maybe not shot, but at least get a gun pointed at you.
As far as I'm concerned, we're coming in damn peace.
Yeah?
Yeah.
As long as we ain't got guns pointed at us first.
You could... I think the mechanics picked up the car. The shuttle. That was headed out. If that might help. I haven't seen it. I've been trying to run things. And, again, in the grand scheme of things, 2,500 credits is not a lot. But $2,500's a lot to people around here, and if that money's somewhere that we can get to it and recover, it's be real nice. Plus, these are good as currency farther out than just in these casinos, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're practically minting here. So we got more money than in these chips. These can be worth a lot more off-world than they may be on-world.
Seen that firsthand. I understand.
Well,
I think we've got enough to go on at this point.
yeah.
Um,
All right. Well, I'll be here, clearly. If you want tickets to the show, I hope you're not around till then, but tell you
If
what,
it's as good as promised.
you get this finished up, I'll make sure, in addition to being paid, obviously, we'll fix you up with a good night.
I guess we'll see. We'll see how this goes.
I could use a good pampering, that's for sure.
uh,
All right, well, unless there's anything else, Captain.
well, I mean, I didn't introduce myself proper. Like, I'm Captain Solace,
Hey, Captain Solace.
of the Lovelace.
Of the Lovelace. Lovely ship name.
One of a kind.
Bet she's a beauty. I'm Veronica.
Veronica. That's good name. Good. Yeah. All right.
Thanks.
Blushes, walks out.
Yeah. It's just like, all right, cool. 1 foot in the mouth and 1 foot walking.
Anyone ever tell you have a nice smile?
Oh well, shoot.
Oh.
Mighty kind of you, coming from someone like yourself.
Hey, I know smiles.
Felix
Alright,
is rolling over on the ground right now just at the mention.
I think. Well, I'm good and flustered. Let's go.
As I'm walking out the door with you, I figured I'd just stay and watch that train wreck for a little while longer.
Oh, jeez. It's bad, huh? It's real bad, isn't it? It's she's kind of intimidating.
I didn't have a problem with her, but okay. I see your type.
I question your tastes.
He just kind of shrugs
body.
and laughs.
All right. Do we want to try and see the fucking?
So I'm wondering if this might be a good idea
Yeah,
to call a part 1.
Yeah.
What were me and Doc 2 up to again?
You were going to attempt to pass yourselves off as
An
coroners,
autopsy.
I believe.
We gonna dissect a body, Derby.
Try to.
Have you ever done that before?
Try to dissect them.
It's
Nope,
just like a
I-
machine, except
Hmm.
squishier and a lot more blood.
It's just hydraulic fluid.
Part 1 sounds fine though.
Yeah,
Alright.
we've been.
Really fine
Been
by
at
me.
it a while.
Yeah. I wish we'd remembered that shit.
Yeah.
I should have
Felix
reminded you
literally-
earlier.
Sorry, Cole.
Felix got kicked out for nothing.
Oh, bless his heart.
No, he got kicked out because he lied to the proprietor's face.
Oh,
It
bless.
would have made things 10 times easier.
I was like, my problem is I make plans in my head of like things that would be good to say, but in the time it takes for like shit to happen, I've already fucking like gone. Nope,
So
already moved on.
I think what I probably should have done is made that an asset. I should have like literally gone
That would have been nice, actually.
like man on the inside D8, just
Yeah,
like
that
even as a reminder to like this you have a base it. You have somewhere because that was originally be like, all right, so that's where they'll probably start because I said it, and then like we'll like kind of flower out from there as necessary.
We all forgot.
But like y'all just hit the ground running, and I was just like, cool, let's do this. So I'll try and keep a little bit of a better finger on the pulse there. So end of session stuff. Naming the episode.
Something part 1.
I would actually prefer to not give it
Name
a
it
part
something.
1
Yeah.
because they can be connected and have different titles.
Yeah.
All
right, what's something Felix related this time? I feel like something like it has to have the word gamble in it. I feel like that's just a little fitting. Yeah, something like that.
Long shot.
Big-headed twink.
No. Bad.
I'm thinking Doctor and Gamble?
Doctor and Gamble?
Procter and Gamble?
Oh. Letting the chips fall.
That's pretty good, actually.
That's not bad. Yeah.
I can't think of anything better.
Happened this episode that was
Lady Luck. I don't know.
It could literally just be, like a gamble with Lady Luck. Where Veronica is Lady Luck. I don't know, letting the chips fall.
I think letting the chips fall is pretty good.
Let
That
it-
was good enough for now.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That one's more of just a solid title.
Yeah.
Than a goof.
Quick roses and thorns. If we want to go up from the bottom, at least on my screen, so that'd be Lynn first. Or actually, no, we did that last time. Let's go top down. So Caroline.
Shit, that's me first. Roses, I had a lot of fun playing Felix this session. It's definitely like getting him to come out of his shell a little bit. I thought was really fun.
A real
he's
character.
honestly, yeah, exactly.
A real boy.
He's actually kind of fun. He's just shy, and it's really nice to see him grow a little bit, especially closer to Lynn and Captain. I'd say, specifically Lynn in particular, but still, that was pretty fun.
I like having Felix around. Actually.
He as a character just had fun.
Nice.
Yeah. I guess the only thorn was, it's like, we all forgot that we had that connection. We just all, like, connectively forgot that, and it would have made things, like, 10 times easier.
We did get some cool character interactions in the meantime, but God.
Yeah.
Sure,
I kind of like how it's going now, where it's just like, oh, this is suddenly a thing now, and it's like, oh, but we're still doing, like, this side plot where we're gonna, like, try and, like, lie to the sheriff right now.
Yeah, so, yeah.
It's a thorn, but it brought up an interesting way to continue it, I think.
Yeah.
Or at least that's how I see it.
Yeah.
I think we ended up playing it off pretty well, regardless.
I think it was more just like the thing that we all did, like the collective facepalm, because none of us remembered it.
It's like our collective conscious just decided to fucking, like...
But just like,
hit the
alright,
delete
Sean,
button.
whatever, buddy. So, yeah, that's pretty much all for me.
Alright. Me. I like the location. I like this planet. It's kind of small and quaint and manageable. I thought there were some pretty decent like dice moments in this episode. I I think that's kind of also my thorn, though, is I feel like I didn't actually engage with, like, the mechanics very much. I feel like I should be much more liberal in giving out assets and complications for just things happening. Like, so, because even when we're not engaging, there's large chunks of this session especially where we're just role-playing. And there's not a lot of, like, actual dice throwing going on. And I always want to be like, well, I want to reward the dice throwing with complications and assets. But I think I just need to, like, do more of those, even outside of that. Play the game more as the game. But, yeah. Eli.
Very much Rose is what you're saying. Setting is very fun. I'm happy to be a planet rather, even though the space is very fun.
Oh, you're cutting in now.
You're cutting in and out.
Oh. Let me lower my volume gate just. There we go. Alright. So, again, Rosa is very much what Cole was saying. Good setting, plenty of good character moments. It's nice to see, again, I'm happy Felix is starting to grow out into actually just another playable character, although I hope that doesn't become too taxing.
Yeah, I hope it's not a lot
Yeah.
of work. But seems to be going good so far.
I don't want to drag Felix into too much. But also...
I'm not gonna bring him into too much, honestly.
Alright. So... A thorn would be, again, we stumbled around a lot. Partly because, well, mostly all because we've completely forgot a key detail. And stumbling around a bit too much is...
It just takes
kind
a
of-
lot of time.
And feels like things aren't progressing.
Right.
Yeah. That was pretty much it.
All right.
Sorry, I'm tired.
No, it's fine. That's why we're stopping.
It is late at night.
Not you specifically, just collectively. Sick. Hannah.
Roses, Big Rose, just me like this game. Me like this game good. Prefer this game to most other games. Yeah, also just super in love with this general, like, setting. My thorn is basically the same. It's just like, I wish I hadn't forgotten. I wish that I was in a better habit of taking notes, but it's just a habit that I just cannot keep up.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just not, like, I can't
It's not
focus
part
on
of your psychology.
Yeah, I can't focus on what's being actively said because things are being talked about every minute of the session, and then, like, making notes. It's just not something I do. And then it's just too easy to get caught up in the moment rather than what's been the information that's been presented to us.
Right.
I don't know if I have really any other thorns. I like the setting. I like role playing in this setting. I like playing this character.
And Matt.
Rose is... I had a lot of fun role-playing with Caroline today, because all of our character interactions were really good.
Cute.
And they went a lot different ways than I anticipated them to. Because I was going to say something wholly different to Felix than what I did. But because...
Really?
Yeah, but because of what you said, I was like, oh, fuck. I can't say this now.
I'm curious, actually.
I was gonna tell him to, if things got dicey, don't stick around.
Aw,
Ah,
looking out for the boy.
yeah. You can't. Can't really leave.
Well, yeah, I know, but it was going to be
he would
like,
appreciate it. Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. It's I'll go into that later when it's more relevant.
You can, yeah. Or if you just want to tell me on the side, just the two of us, that's really cool too.
Yeah, sure.
Because that could be a really cool thing that we flesh out at some point.
Yeah, because Lynn, I mean, Lynn has a lot of feelings at this point in time about just fucking everything that's happening in his life. So
he sure has a lot going on.
Yeah,
we can talk about that, you and I, later, like how we want that to progress.
Yeah, I like that idea.
Okay.
And then I don't see everybody's thorn as really a thorn. Like, I feel stupid because I forgot, right. And that's kind of my thorn. But
it's hard to like.
I thought that all of us going off into separate directions was really interesting. Like,
oh yeah, so I meant to make that one of my roses, is that I like that we can actually like split the party and it work.
Yeah,
because you're not dependent on all being together when a combat encounter happens.
Right.
So
it just kind of makes sense to not all be in the same place all the time.
Yeah, and I feel like we got a lot of information fairly quickly. I mean, there was a bit of a bungling maybe at the beginning, but I'm not besmirching anybody for that. Like, it was interesting. It's like, what do these characters do?
I do also genuinely think that the fact that you didn't just like beeline it straight for that thread made kind of your general exploration more interesting. I also thought it was super interesting that you were all immediately. No one has even mentioned the idea of just like, oh yeah, let's just go get the bounty, like.
Yeah, there's not an option.
Like y'all just like going and finding the person.
We're like too suspicious of it.
Not on the table.
Yeah, we're just like, something stinks here.
She's like, well, I gotta get to the bottom of this, obviously.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like, so Solace has just heard this, like tale from fucking Lynn about how Lynn has been pinned with this thing that he didn't do. So it's like, well, fuck, I'd have to be aware of the fact that, like, if we're fucking going after people, like, Solace is kind of a weird character, because they're probably the first character I've played so far that, like, has really strong moral qualms with just, like, going out and fucking doing harm.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I think that's also, like, pretty relevant for this setting, especially.
Yeah.
Because, like, this is... I wanted to make that very obvious, I guess, in this game, is that, like, you can't just kill people. Like, that's a big heckin' deal. And, like, fights, sure. Like, their action will happen, probably. Or not. Who knows? But like the method by which you solve problems need not be violence.
Yeah.
And I feel like I've done a pretty good job of that so far.
Yeah, I would say so.
And I also think that the game very much like.
I mean, we've also had one combat encounter, and it was just Lynn.
We've had one combat roll.
Yeah.
So I think we're doing pretty okay so far.
And honestly, if I would have remembered that we had an inn, I would not have suggested beating up her security guards in order to talk to her. So.
Very true. Very true.
I love that idea. The idea of that realization happening in real time in character. Where,
oh god!
Like Lynn is like about to like drop Matsumoto and like ready to beat up these guards, and it's just like,
oh fuck.
Oh shit!
This would have been.
This would have gone so south so quick. God damn it! Why didn't I remember?
Yeah. Incredible.
All right. I'm gonna.
You see like a photo of Shifty Sean and Veronica like up on the wall, like in those restaurants. And it's like, wait a minute.
I finished the Greasy Spoon Food Challenge.
Shifty Shifty Sean wet T-shirt contest.
And he won too. He was rich
Yeah,
at the time.
exactly.
The wet T-shirt contest. I think
That
you
he
mean
wasn't
the
Shifty
greasy
Sean.
T-shirt.
At the time, he wasn't Shifty Sean. He was Shapely Sean.
Oh wow.
Shredded Sean.
That's when Doctor still had his license.
Yeah.
Back in the olden days,
That's how he got to stab you in the first place.
he was a competitor in the wet T-shirt contest, so he got
Good
stabbed.
God.
All right,
Doctor's in the back of that photo looking so depressed, more so than normal.
and bandaged and bleed.
Exactly.
All right, I'm gonna hit the button.